how long is the pre-roll ad? Like 30 seconds?
30 or 40, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not like we're saying anything that really matters right now.
Oh, well. Oh, is it going?
Yeah,
Hi, people.
we're live right now. We're
Hi,
what?
Twitch premium streamers that don't have the pre-roll ad. Just shh for a minute.
Yeah, it's like we're 24 seconds in, so I'm just gonna take another drink right now.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it says we're 39. All right, we are 40 seconds in. So that would I'm gonna assume that that means that the video, the pre-roll video ad is gone. So, welcome everybody. It is Thursday. It is 6 p.m. Pacific. And oh Lord. Hey Sean, can you do me a big favor?
What?
Can you go into my post and add the streaming video window post to the post, because there's two chat posts or chat boxes in the post instead of a video
you
post.
Silly fool. Okay, let me go to the dashboard.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sort that out.
But anyways, it is 3 p.m. Pacific on a Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern if you're in the correct time zone.
What?
Yep.
No.
And so that means you're here, you're watching Playdate. And today we are going to be playing Until Dawn, which is Sony's latest exclusive game that it would rather nobody know about.
Yeah, that's a shame. Tell that story.
Yeah. Well, I wrote about it earlier this week because I was really interested in this. I wasn't sure what to make of this game. It kind of came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, this game's probably going to be bad because Sony isn't doing really any early access for it. They didn't show it off at E3 much. And then I started playing it, and I was surprised by how good it was. And it blew me away. It really, really did. And it's a thing. Like it's really strange to me that how. Well, I don't want to say it's really strange to me. It's really good though, and I'm a big fan of this video game, and that's why we're streaming it today. Because first off, it's going to be really good for Twitch because it offers a lot of choices, and it's going to be cool to let the audience choose the directions that we take in this game. There are a lot of chances for interaction, so we're pretty happy about that.
It's going to be you guys who's going to be telling us what to do, and that's weird, and I accept it fully because I don't think Tim's capable of making these decisions on his own. He needs your help.
I mean, I did finish this game over the weekend, so
No, I don't believe you. I think you failed. You're just covering.
No, I saw it to the end. I was really happy. I wanted to push through to the end on this game.
How long did the whole playthrough take you?
About 7 or 8 hours, but it felt like it took me longer.
Because I remember, okay, so so I'm very confused all of a sudden because I'm hearing everything we said 10 seconds ago, because there we go.
All right.
Oh, Tim, you should talk. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute while I figure out this technical issue.
Okay, I'm going to start up the game right now. So a lot of this game centers around what's called the butterfly effect, and so if you've seen the crappy, very, very dated movie from the 2000s with Ashton Kutcher called The Butterfly Effect, what this does is it centers around chaos theory. So chaos theory states with the butterfly effect that a butterfly could essentially flap its wings in Africa and there would be a storm in Central Park the following day. It's based on chaos theory, and you'll be familiar with that if you've seen Jurassic Park.
We're back.
We're back? Okay, cool. So we're talking about the butterfly effect, Sean.
Yeah, I noticed, and I wanted to counterpoint. Look, that's like Ashton Kutcher's best performance. Forget Steve Jobs. It's all about the butterfly effect. I haven't seen it since I was like in high school, so whatever.
I watched it a few months ago. It's not great. It's very dated. It's a movie from the 2000s.
That's true. It's not great, but at the time it was like, wow, Ashton Kutcher isn't being, Kelso, and it was pretty entertaining to see him in a non-comedy role where he wasn't playing a doofus. And I like anything time travel. It has a lot of plot holes, though.
There's a lot of things.
surprised. But look, just to illustrate how stupid I am, and the fact that I was interested in this movie, I read the book adaptation, which was actually quite a bit better than the movie.
I read the book adaptation of the first Mission Impossible.
All right, that's worse than reading the book adaptation of Butterfly Effect, so I don't feel bad at all anymore. I also read the book adaptation of Independence Day before I saw the movie because I was like grounded or something. You know, everyone was talking about this movie. I wanted to see it, and I was like super grounded when that movie came out. So I got the book through one of those like elementary school book clubs. And
oh boy!
In the ending of the book, it has the original ending of the movie, which is the guy uses the biplane to blow up the alien ship instead of the jet fighter. And so when I saw the movie, I was really confused.
Well, as you would be. You know what I just realized? That we haven't introduced ourselves.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, so people have no idea who we are. I am Timothy Sepla, Associate Editor with Engadget.com, and joining me is...
I'm Sean Buckley. I think I'm also an Associate Editor with Engadget.com. And let's just start over. This is Playdate, and we're streaming until dawn. We're streaming until dawn. That's what's happening.
Yes. So what you're seeing right now is this is what sets the entire story into motion. There are 3 kids from one family, and that family owns this giant ski lodge. And they're here. It's kind of a annual weekend getaway. And you're going to see what happens and why things go so horribly awry. A lot of this game, as you can tell, it's beautiful. It's an interactive movie, and the gameplay mostly just consists of walking around these gorgeous environments and finding stuff to pick up, and then pressing X to pick it up and inspect it.
If you played, what was it called on the PS3?
Heavy Rain.
If you played Heavy Rain, is it the same team behind that? Because it looks a lot like
No. Entirely different team.
Oh, okay.
Entirely different team. This development studio, they did Tumble and Start the Party, which were PS Move games for the PlayStation 3. And they also did a couple of levels for Little Big Planet PSP. They haven't done a lot. They did Walking with Dinosaurs, which was a Wonder Book game. Remember that?
No.
Well, it was a game for Sony's Wonder Book thing that they also sent to
I
die.
do remember the Wonder Book. I have a Wonder Book. I thought you were talking about one of those kids like game consoles for like babies.
No.
No, I have a Wonder Book. I bought it for my wife for the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah, the Wonder Book was also something that Sony sent to die.
Yeah, it didn't last long. It was a really cool idea, though, the augmented reality book experience, though.
Yeah.
So it looks like Heavy Rain, but it actually has no relation. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's no relation to it. It's Heavy Rain, but for teen slasher flicks.
That's such a good idea. It's a great example. I still want to compare the two games because I remember Heavy Rain looking really good and people selling it as like, oh yeah, this is good enough to be a movie experience that you can sit and watch and enjoy. And Heavy Rain looks like crap compared to this, like visually.
Yeah,
this is like a great example of how good people can look these days.
Yeah. So it's a prank because this girl and this guy should have never really gotten together, and they tried putting them together. There's no nudity in the game.
Okay.
But so it ends poorly for this girl. This girl is horribly embarrassed, as anybody would be, I feel, to know that her friends put her up to this to make a joke out of her.
So they're trying to get her to hook up with this guy just to tease her?
Yeah. It's crappy. It's really crappy.
It's super creepery, this.
Yeah. I mean, the guy has a selfie stick. There's a big problem with that. Okay, so that is this girl's sister right here. So right now we have a decision to make, and I forgot that this one was coming up so soon. So do we want to go find the others, or do we want to wake up Josh? Sean, because you're here in real time with me, I'm going to have you make the decision first.
Wake up Josh.
Okay, that's her brother.
Yeah, brother and sisters together, man.
All right. So there are going to be some more coming up, and so I want to make just right now, chat, there's going to be another decision coming up soon, and I don't remember exactly where it is. And I need you to choose whether I make the decision on the left or on the right. So, you guys, that's up to you. So start making your decision right now. You guys have, let's say you have 2 minutes, and you guys can make the decision, and I will follow that decision when the next choice comes up.
Yeah, that might Okay. So you could say just vote in the chat, say left or say right, whatever you
Yes.
think the decision will be. We've already got one vote for right. I think this is dangerous because what we're doing is we're basically rolling the dice with these poor characters' lives.
That's
Look at
okay.
them. They're all so innocent, except for the dude that was like the super creepy raper guy.
All right, so we have one vote for right, so I'm going to go right.
No, we have one vote for left.
Well,
Right
first,
came first.
I need another one. We gotta have a tiebreaker because
But
we're
Duke
at the
said,
point.
but Duke said left. So if you want to play favorites,
I'm not gonna play favorites. I like Duke a lot, but I'm not gonna play favorites. We got left, we got fast, or we have safe.
they can see that on the screen now. It's fast or
Yes.
safe. I would go fast, honestly. Oh, that's two lefts. Oh no, the other left was
Oh,
Duke.
that's
You cheated.
Duke. Duke, stop! Duke, you're a monster. I'm going to turn off motion controls because the motion controls for
Two
the
lefts.
choices
Okay, there's
are.
officially two lefts now.
All right, we're gonna go left.
Alucard 889, who I think is my friend Will, is saying left.
Okay, so we're doing that. We're going left. What's gonna
Oh.
happen here? Go, 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 go. Yeah, this game is beautiful. So, all right, we have another choice. Follow
Alrighty.
footprints or follow noise.
Oh, I should be typing these out.
And while we're doing this, I'm going to turn off motion controls because motion controls for the choices are not good. Oh, I can't do that right here.
It was if it was me in real life, I would probably follow the noise. And we have one vote for noise, and one vote for Prince,
Oh,
and two votes for Prince.
votes for Prince. All right, we're going to go for Prince because, in the interest of time.
Guys, it's now who can get to two votes the fastest. Is basically
All right,
what this has
so
become.
there's going to be another choice coming up soon. So vote left or right, guys.
Gonna have another one that's left or right. We don't know what it is, so do a left right. Don't make me. We got 3 footprints now. Don't make us wait to tell you. We want to go fast, guys. Come
Yeah. So yeah, just come up as soon as you see the first choice go away. Make your second choice
on. Right.
for the one
Yeah.
coming up.
That's good. That's a good thing. This whole chat's gonna be. It's gonna be like Twitch plays Pokemon. It's gonna be left,
Yeah.
left, right.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, we have a left and a right. We have 2 lefts.
So this is the one cool thing with
This one.
the motion controls. They suck for making the decisions. I don't know why they're not good at selecting the decisions.
What are they
But
good
when,
for?
well, see, I'm not using the thumbstick to adjust the light or the flashlight here. I'm moving the 6-axis or the DualShock 4 controller.
No,
and
that's cool.
what's controlling it. Yeah, and it'll control their head too. There's some real crap. Wrong thing.
Man, we're a super leftist organization here, guys. Left. Everyone's saying left every time.
Okay, so yeah, all right.
That's pretty cool. Can you turn it off just for decisions and still be able to use?
No,
Oh.
you have to have it on for everything. And I had it on for everything while I was doing my playthrough for review.
So that means you need to just hold the controller super still when you're.
There are moments where you do have to hold the controller super still.
No, I
It's-
mean like trying to make the decision, right? 'Cause
Oh, it's weird because for whatever reason the motion doesn't track well for those binary decisions when it comes up to that screen. Okay.
All right,
so,
guys, we got an overwhelming amount of lefts.
Okay.
So,
So next option is going to be a left.
yeah. So next one's gonna be a left. If you're any votes, well, we'll wait until we know that one. We actually.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know. Alucard says he actually saw something standing there a minute ago. Oh, you found the guy though.
All right. Ah!
What's happening?
Bad things. Oh, and there goes
what?
the phone. Uh-oh. So left, correct?
Yeah, they said left.
Okay. Left is going to happen.
Someone knows what's coming up. They just said don't give her the stick.
What?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I was talking about. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this game is gorgeous, not only in terms of its graphics, but the cinematography. I never thought I would. Oh my! What is this fire? I never thought I'd be praising a game for its cinematography, but here we are. It's really good. It's definitely framed like a movie. All right, left is drop Hannah. I'm gonna drop Hannah.
What you?
I'm so sorry.
This is yep.
What's the right option?
To try to grab the hand. get both of you. But yeah, so chat, you guys had me drop Hannah.
Yeah, it's your own fault. So now we have another decision coming up eventually. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
You can only affect the
Oh!
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, my reaction's just a minute behind, folks, but that is
Yep.
Wait, what?
So,
Yeah, so this is kind of a mid-chapter thing. That's Peter Stormare. He is the head nihilist from The Big Lebowski. And he was also in Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World.
The voice actor, or are these actual face scans?
These are actual face scans.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Peter. That's the head nihilist.
I think
We want the money, Lebowski.
Okay, don't hate me. I have never seen.
Sean.
I don't get any of the references. I know there's a
Sean.
furry guy named the Dude.
Sean.
What? It's never
You
come up.
never. Okay, it's on Netflix. You should watch it tonight because it's good.
Nah.
Oh.
Just have never been interested. It's never come up.
Oh.
Is like something about bowling? I don't know.
Bowling plays a big part in that movie. But oh god.
I saw about 5 minutes of it once walking through downtown San Jose. They had it playing on a big screen for some reason outdoors.
Okay, so what was the choice? Was it left or right for this next one?
We have right. We have one person voted and it's right. Two rights. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go rights.
Yeah.
All right. I feel
Duke says,
uneasy.
"No way! Leave this chat. Go watch Big Lebowski right
Oh,
now."
I saw that.
I'll see it. Don't worry.
Alucard, please see that guy, or please kick that guy. He must see the Big Lebowski.
You can't kick me. Shush.
All right, so we're going right again. I'm not. Oh, son of a mother.
Did you accidentally select left?
No. I didn't select left. There's a bunch of these choices in this, so if you guys want to just keep the choices coming,
Yeah.
these sections are very choice heavy.
Those are all right. So next time we're starting over as of. Oh yeah, just keep. Oh, this is very choice heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Right again. So the next
Yes.
one. QB, I'm counting your left as the first vote in the next decision because no one else is tallied it up.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's in the field, or no, it's not there.
Next one should be left.
Next one should be left. Okay, it's in the field. So I just want to say that we are streaming this at 720p. This game looks absolutely beautiful, running at 1080p. Yeah, I'm sure it looks okay here, but 1080 it looks even better. So just know that this game looks way better. What was the next choice after left? Because we have another one coming up.
We have one Konami code, one left, and one right.
Oh, of course we have a Konami code. Duke!
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go right. Because we... Oh, gosh, I hate this. Like this... There we go. All right. It's not human. Okay. Yeah, so what this does is... This is kind of a fourth wall scratching area here. And the way that you answer these questions, it affects how certain things play out and certain things appear in the game, because you're essentially answering about your own fears. So they're using these. It's a survey to figure out what screws with you.
It's like a profile.
Yeah.
Didn't one of the Silent Hill games do that? Like it learns your specific playstyle, then adjusts itself to be worse for you.
Well, okay, so you know how you've never seen The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
I've never played Silent Hill.
Oh, well, it's okay. I don't really like Silent Hill much anyway. But I was, as a member of the media, I played a little bit of the Silent Hill game for the Wii. And that was a big part of it, and it was like you only have a flashlight, and the game tries to create a psychological profile of you as you play to be more messed up for you personally.
Yeah.
So if I picked up your game, it might not freak me out, but mine, does. So, that was a really interesting opening because you're right. It was a lot like a slasher flick in the fact that there was this pre-roll, pre-credits moment where like something dramatic happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're not watching like a romantic comedy.
Right. Yeah, you're not watching a romantic comedy at all.
Alucard says both of you need to get out. Go play Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, please. No, dude. I know you. I think this is who I think it is. You've been harping on me to play that for ages, and like Metal Gear. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not playing Metal Gear. I played half of Metal Gear Solid 2, and I was like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. I came in feeling incredibly lost because I hadn't played the first Metal Gear Solid, so because I didn't have. I
hear it didn't age well, and in that like the gameplay is just really 90s and really really hard.
I don't know. See, I was a Splinter Cell person, so I played Splinter Cell instead of Metal Gear because I had longtime listeners in chat will know that I always had a history of having the wrong console. So I had a N64 instead of a PlayStation growing up. I had a Genesis instead of a Super NES.
I wasn't that foolish.
I had a Xbox instead of a PlayStation 2. And when it came time with Xbox 360, I had both consoles. Now I have all three consoles.
That's the correct choice.
Yes. But I missed out on all the RPGs. I missed out on Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1. So going into Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, which was the Xbox port, I did not know anything that was going on at all.
I just never felt motivated to play it. I had a PlayStation really late into the original PlayStation cycle, but I only got it for like the Final Fantasy games and such because I'd been playing those in the SNES forever. And I would watch my friends play Metal Gear, and I just couldn't be bothered. You know, it just looked super boring to watch them play, so I never got into it. We should probably be paying attention to this cutscene right now, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is knowing what I know about the game. This plays out a little differently because there are some plot points that I'm not going to reveal. But what it is essentially is the brother of the two sisters that died. Those girls were twins. This is the guy, Josh. That's their brother, and his family owns the ski lodge. And so on the 1-year anniversary of the girls' disappearances, because they didn't rule them out as murders because nobody could find them. On the 1-year anniversary, he invites everybody back to come up so they can have some closure and do some healing.
Okay,
and
so it's
things
like
start
a
going awry
service
from there.
What was really getting to me during their scene, that death scene earlier, is I really wanted to see what they were seeing, and it wouldn't show it.
Right.
You know,
That's
like,
yes.
Why are they so scared? Like, as far as I could tell, they were running from nothing. But I knew because I could only see through the monster's eyes, or the murderer, whoever it was, whatever it was. So I'm pretty interested to actually see what that is. They did a good job of hooking me.
Yeah, the game does a really good job of hooking you the whole way through. The mystery is really cool. I really enjoyed it. I liked this game an awful lot. Like I said, I did not expect this game to be good, and then I played it, and it floored me with how good it was. And I'm doing my best to tell everybody to definitely play this game. Also, the score is by Jason Graves, who did the soundtrack for Dead Space 2 and the original Dead Space. He's a very big video game composer, and the score is really good. The game is really good. The music, this is a line that did not make it into my review, but the sound design is at David Fincher level. It's really good. This game is really good.
I'm really happy to be seeing that role in gaming be getting a lot more attention and respect recently. We have like Steam launching with its soundtrack section, like a dedicated music player, so you can download soundtracks and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like stuff like that. They were and there's more special editions coming out with soundtracks, more vinyl releases. It's great to see the composers of these things be getting more credit because we know the music we grew up with, like the 8-bit stuff. We still love that.
Right.
You know, but like new games are creating new music all the time too, and so it's great to see that get more attention.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see that stuff happening. I've always been a big fan of video game music, and when I wrote I wrote a couple of posts about video game soundtracks. People kind of jumped down my throat because I didn't include Final Fantasy in my first post or things like that. And what I went for was more stuff that didn't have just traditional video game scores. And I'm not a big fan of just traditional video game scores. You know, all the classics that already exist. I'm up for stuff like Jesper Kyd. He has done the soundtrack for all the Borderlands games. He did a number of the Assassin's Creed titles. He did Darksiders 2. I would say pound for pound, is probably the best video game soundtrack composer. And just just weird stuff. So even the Splinter Cell Chaos Theory soundtrack is done by electronic producer Amon Tobin, and that actually got me into his music, and it was really cool to go from there. And he's become one of my favorite artists. But so back on topic,
This forest
we have a
is
decision.
gorgeous.
We have a decision coming up. So the gate is busted here, and we need to climb over. All right, so that's
Are we doing
all
left
that's
or
there.
right, or what are the options? Is it climb
Let's
over?
do.
or-
I think there is. It's climb up. There's quick, safe, or quick.
Okay, I've asked check. Safe or quick, guys?
All right.
We have a vote for quick.
Okay, we have one vote
we
for
have-
quick.
We have two
We
votes
two-
for quick.
oh,
Three
three
votes,
votes
for
for
quick.
quick.
Everyone's
All right, we're
quick,
going
quick. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. So this is the gameplay. It is QuickTime events, almost exclusively. There is. So we have another one. Jump. Oh crap! I have to just do it quick, so I'm gonna do climb. Some of the QuickTime events are timed, so I'm not going to be able to do all of them. And at that point, I'll just automatically always go. Here we go. Ask chat what they want the default response to be when there's QuickTime stuff that I can't. We don't have time to take a vote on.
That's a good thing. Like, yeah, when we don't have time, do we want to go left, the left decision or the right decision? If we don't have time to vote, guys, you got to put that in the chat.
Yes.
And it looks like Tim's just going through this one now. So stop saying jump, stop saying climb.
Right.
You know. we're
Yes.
gonna-
Yes. Some of these are impossible to
have enough
take a
time
vote
to-
on because they are timed.
we want the
Oh,
default
crap.
one.
All right. So here's one of those things, like I said, where you can't move.
Left, left, left. We have 3 votes for left, but 2 people say not left. They say always do the most dangerous of the 2.
Okay. I will always do the most dangerous. I like the sounds of that.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's less random. So let's
Yep.
let's keep dangerous.
So what you guys probably are seeing right now is there are moments where you cannot move the DualShock. It will say don't move, and it is very sensitive. It's never as innocent as feeding a squirrel after this. I will tell you that. When you're hiding, you have to be incredibly quiet and not move the controller, otherwise you will possibly get murdered.
That was the most sensitive piece. Wait, really? Really? The controller movement like keeps you from
Yup.
being hidden? That's
Yep.
really
Well, it will pop up on the screen. It'll show the light bar, which I know Yodel is a large fan of.
the light bar.
It will show the light bar, and if you move, it's going to end up. You will be found, and bad things will happen.
I actually like the light bar as a design. I don't have the reflection issue people have with it on the TV. I think it's cool. I like that it's big. You really know when the controller's on or out of batteries.
Yeah.
I dig
There's
it.
some cool stuff with it, and when developers use it well and they do different stuff with it, it's really cool.
I gotta say though, when you were walking through the forest earlier, that was one of the most gorgeous walking scenes in a game I've seen in a long time. It looked excellent.
Yeah, this game looks good consistently. It's really, really good. Alucard, you don't have to worry about the battery dying. I have it plugged in. It's just not charging fast enough, but I'm almost positive we are not going to lose power.
I like how everyone jumped on that instantly. Like
That was the one thing that I didn't do was I didn't charge my controllers beforehand. And that's honestly my only fault with the PlayStation 4 controllers, that the batteries are not great. But
CM Wedge here is chiming in from Australia. Thanks for tuning in all the
wow.
way from frickin' Australia. That's awesome.
yeah, it's like 7 a.m. there.
Yeah, that's super awesome of you. Thank you so much.
So, okay, we're still in the tutorial section. As you can see, there's still the prompts coming up for tutorials and whatnot, but it's about to, about halfway through this chapter, the tutorial ends, and we're about to come up to some more stuff. We're going to meet another character really soon.
Look at the footprints in the snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game is absolutely gorgeous. It's very, very, very good.
It's a great attention to detail, and it's interesting to me that it's not like related to the Heavy Rain team again, because like they're doing similar things like face scans of the actors. Involved.
Yeah, and they had that once when I was playing this. I immediately thought that at E3 in 2013, when they showed off the PlayStation 4, they showed off that Quantic Dream thing with the sorcerer. You're like, what's going on here? And now I can see how that would actually work. They could do something like this.
Right. It's I don't know. It's just sort of amazing to me that we now have games where you're not just voice actors, you're actual actors,
Right.
and you're like how you emote during the game makes a huge difference, and that's it's just different. You know, it's a different way of doing things that I wouldn't have imagined a generation or two ago.
Yeah, I think that Heavy Rain was scratching the surface of it. I didn't
Yeah.
play Beyond Two Souls, so I can't say one way or another about the game. I heard it wasn't great.
It had a really lousy twist ending. You know, it was kind of like once you find out who the murderer is, you're like, really? I liked that character and I didn't see it coming. And I guess it's nice that I didn't see it coming, but I hate it.
Was the murderer the guy with big teeth?
I don't remember
Okay.
who was who. I just remember he was like, I'm not gonna say who it is. I could say a word.
Right.
that
You,
would
yeah,
give
tell
it
me when
away.
we're done.
Yeah.
Because I'm
But
not
it-
going to be playing this game.
But it wasn't like it wasn't a reveal like, oh, that makes so much sense. I mean, I guess it made sense, but like it's hard to take when you play that character as well. It's one of the characters you play as, because in that game you play multiple characters.
Okay, I didn't know that you play multiple characters.
Yeah, and so it was really weird when it was one of the more likable characters you played, and it was a character you played a lot of, you know, and so it was like that's strange.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to go, which is really strange because I've played through this exact section twice, and I don't know what I need to do to trigger the next section. It's not there. Yeah, I'm trying to figure. Oh, here it is. This is it. Okay, so we have a decision coming up. So type that into chat right now. Left or right?
Left or right?
Yep.
Is it literally left or right, or is it?
Yeah, it's left or right. It's up or down. So Snoop or close bag. Type.
Oh,
Hit
it's
that in
Snoop.
chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
They say we have 2 lefts, 2 rights. No, wait, 1, 2, 3 lefts. But no one said Snoop or close bag yet. So if you want to go early, feel free.
Okay. I am going to go. Okay. We have Snoop. We have 2 votes for Snoop, 1 vote for up.
We have 3
I'm
votes
gonna
for
go-
Snoop.
Oh,
4.
all right.
Yeah,
I'm
4
gonna go
votes for Snoop.
All right, Snoop.
4 votes for Snoop. Do you control the character movement in this game, or do you make the decisions for the characters like you would in an RPG? This almost seems like an RPG game on steroids, says Chucho 944. You do control the character movement,
Yes.
and you also make decisions, but you know
Yep.
you're not like jumping or running. It's like an RPG.
It's all
With-
very predetermined.
Yeah, it's like an RPG with quick time events and no random battles.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, and you don't shoot. You don't have to. There are points where you get weapons in this game. You don't have to go and search for ammunition for them. Your flashlight and your lamps never run out of oil.
Oh,
It's very much
I found something.
the most
amazing.
that you do in this game. You never really press more than one button at a time. It's very easy to pick up because it's very cinematic and it's not a game in the traditional sense. The most common gameplay element that you encounter and that you do yourself is just moving a character from one scene to the next.
Yeah, it's Duke says it's basically a choose your own adventure book, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's an accurate
Yep.
description. It runs deep. There's a lot more options, and you get to control the pace in a different way. Up in the corner a minute ago, as this cutscene started, it said butterfly effect update.
Yes. So what that does is when this story sequence ends really quickly,
Met Josh's dad?
I'll show you what it does. Your actions affect your
Wanna try?
relationships with other characters and how things go from that manner. So if you are an absolute dick to one character, you'll see it coming up pretty soon. You can actually create a love triangle, and you can choose how far to take it.
That's weird. That's such a weird meta game to be in a slasher. I mean, it's part of the slasher formula, but it just seems weird to be in control of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. This game, essentially, you're the director in this game. You're choosing what happens, and it's kind of neat in that aspect. I really like it because it's so different. We have so many racing games and shooters that it's really refreshing to have something entirely. It isn't entirely brand new, but for this generation, it's new, and it's something that we don't get to do all the time. Like, even compared to indie games that are very different and allow you to do different things or have you doing different things, this is even more different from those.
It's like different things, he says, but it's more different.
Yeah.
Which I know makes sense. Just funny phrasing. The shooting mini game seems pretty neat.
Well, and that's what it's a mini game, and because I'm using motion controls, all of the reticule movement and everything is based on my oh god, what? Oh! Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Bullseye.
Oh!
Do that.
Oh no!
What?
Oh, I feel horrible.
Oh, come on, squirrel.
Oh!
I think I can see what happens. Oh my gosh, are you okay, Tim?
Oh! Oh! This is new. I didn't see this. Oh!
Okay.
Wow, that was really graphic.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you've seen nothing yet.
Our cable car's coming. Let's grab
Oh
a
my
ride.
gosh.
Oh man. So right now you will see my relationship with Sam. See, I'm no longer charitable anymore. As you can see on this butterfly effect character info, you can go through, you can see all the different character traits. You can see what my relationship was with Sam before I shot the squirrel in the face accidentally. It was good, and now it's not great. And she got attacked by a crow.
Does she get attacked by the crow if you don't shoot the...
I have not seen her get attacked by the crow yet, and 2 times through this section. Because I have never shot the squirrel because I'm not a monster. I accidentally shot the squirrel this time.
Accidentally, sure. You're a monster now. That's interesting. So it actually
Yeah.
changes the character.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what you guys are seeing on the stream right now, but yeah, you can see the character relationship stats. And yeah, I screwed this up, and now I'm controlling Chris.
Oh
Well, I mean, I've been controlling Chris since I picked up the gun, but... So, one thing... This game uses camera angles the way that Resident Evil did. The first couple of Resident Evils did, where it frames the shot. But unlike the original Resident Evil, it doesn't use tank controls. So when I was walking past that hallway, or that side passageway, I just kept pulling down or toward me.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You said they found people
And
sleeping in the station.
when the camera angle changed, the control didn't change. So it wasn't like, oh gosh, now that doesn't make sense, now I have to change the control input. It stays the same the whole way through. It's not disorienting whatsoever, which is really nice.
I think I've experienced that before. When you let go of the controller, it then reorientates itself to the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but if you hold it down, it'll continue.
Yeah.
I actually have a hard time with that. I understand it, and it usually works. But sometimes
But you can correct once the camera angle changes. You can correct and it doesn't mess up.
Right.
It's an elegant solution to what could have been very, very an immersion-breaking situation on this.
Overall, it's easier than tank controls. I like
Yes.
tank controls because they were always consistent. But I mean, it allows you to have fluid movement, which tank controls didn't really.
Right.
It's funny, like, I played with those for years before I heard the phrase tank control, and the second I heard that, I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's one of those phrases that was just perfectly crafted. This is not what I was expecting. I thought you guys were going into the cabin. You were like in a warehouse?
No, we're at the ski lift. So
okay.
this is such
Yeah.
a remote location that the ski lift, you have to operate the ski lift yourself. There's nobody here.
That's weird. I guess you would just hop off the top and turn it off, so it's not that strange. But have you ever ridden a ski lift? I've always been terrified of it. Riding a ski lift without skis during the summer.
Oh no, I've never run it. I've never gone skiing.
I feel like I would break my nose getting off of one of those things. You've never gone skiing? That's
No.
worse than. Well, I mean,
No, it's not.
All I've done wrong is not see the Big Lebowski. You're missing out on a life experience.
Yeah, but the difference is I pay $8 a month and I can watch Big Lebowski whenever.
Going to the prom.
I know you're talking about Netflix, but now
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Tim subscribes to the Big Lebowski service,
Adventure begins.
provides Big Lebowski for him on trains, planes, automobiles, whatever he wants. He
Well,
has the Big
Wherever I
Lebowski.
wherever I have data access, yes.
The dude
Yeah,
follows
no,
you around.
Definitely.
The
makes-
dude
I haven't
abides.
seen him so excited about something in forever.
Aw, Duke. Motion controls should have died with the Wii. This game uses them really well, though. So I'm
Hey.
unwilling to agree with you
It was a
here.
good idea.
The Wii didn't die, Duke. It just evolved into an iPad. All right.
Oh, wow.
Kidding. I love the Nintendo. It's my favorite console. But I actually really enjoyed motion controls in quite a few games in the Wii. They were just not always well
You
implemented.
know how Josh and I met?
Yeah, and that's the thing is this game does them really well. Like I said, except for
Josh sat in the back.
having them on to make
I
the
sat in front.
decisions. Also, so I know we'll have a decision coming up
But the key
at any
thing
point.
is
So if you guys want to
Josh
cast a
was
vote
having
for
the training bra
left or
in
right
front of him.
for the
The
decision,
teacher made him move
let
to
me
the
know.
front, where I was sitting.
in case it's a timed one coming out.
Okay, so.
Wait, well, hold on.
So I got moved
The
to
always
back.
the most dangerous one that doesn't always work.
And
Let's
next to Josh.
we'll figure it out.
That's how we met.
I think it's left or the most dangerous one, because when we did that, we had more votes for left before we had the dangerous ones
Okay.
come up.
So left or the most dangerous one. Okay. We can
Right,
go
but we
with
have
that.
two. We have two rights right now. And we have two lefts, two rights. So
Kind of like me. I have two left. I have. Oh no, I don't have two left feet.
Duke says some of the best motion controls on the PlayStation 3 was Heavenly Sword, where you guide the arrows and cannonballs. That is true. That was really, really cool for that. It was it was a launch exclusive, and it was a really fun experience to control things with the motion control. And that's one thing I really like about the PlayStation 6-axis controllers. You have motion, but you also have a completely normal controller. You know, and so as long as you're not doing something silly like Wii Sports, I mean, you could do the Splatoon type controls I really like with the PS4 controller. You could do all sorts of things. So I think we have more lefts here than rights. It looks like, by the way.
Okay.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So to tie that missive or that note about Ninja Theory, the creator of Heavenly Sword, into what we're streaming tomorrow, we're going to be streaming a portion of Disney Infinity tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming multiple portions of Disney Infinity tomorrow, and Ninja Theory is the team behind the Twilight of the Republic playset, which is the which comes with the base game. And I'll talk about this more tomorrow, but it's really cool. That game has like 4 or 5 major studios that work together, creating different elements of it.
And it's really smart. But yeah, we can talk about that more tomorrow. But yeah, that ties us into our stream tomorrow.
Right, so if you want to talk more about Ninja Theory's work and Heavenly Sword, we'll be on tomorrow talking about that too.
All right. So now we have 3 characters on screen. We have Chris. We have Jess, not our coworker Jess. Jess is the archetypical hot girl cheerleader type of the group, and Sam is the kind of like Sam is played by Hayden Panettiere, and she is the kind of the lone wolf, the lone survivor type. And she doesn't end up really coupling up with anybody. Everybody else ends up coupling off. Okay, so we have
Maybe you just didn't play the game right before.
that could be that's a very distinct possibility. All right, so we had votes for left, correct? So I'm gonna go
Yeah, we
left.
had lots of votes for left. One thing I like about this game a lot is when you do introduce the new character, you got that floating cloud of
Character
descriptive-
traits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
character
yeah.
traits and descriptive words about them. So you get an idea of who they are. So it's as if you know them a little bit.
Right. You could and you can role play the hell out of it if you want to,
Tell us?
or you can be a director and you can
Whatever.
put
You'll
everything
figure it out
into your own hands and severely screw with people and mess with people's lives that don't exist.
Yeah, right. Obviously, you can ignore those traits and play them wrong and shoot a squirrel in the face if that's what you're into,
See who else.
as Tim is here. And so there you go.
Whoa.
What?
Come on.
I know.
I mean,
It's just a cartoon squirrel. You're
whoever.
fine.
It wasn't a cartoon squirrel. It was a very realistic looking squirrel.
Did you see this view? I mean,
They're evil.
holy cow. Sometimes
It's okay.
They're not evil. Well, was it as Chris in the game suggested, they're rats with furry tails.
They often are, to be honest. And I mean, not always. I don't. I mean, if you look.
Well, they love sniping bird feeders. They
Right,
love
like-
just it's a problem.
if you live in a remote area, they're one of many rodents who can become a problem for you.
My parents, their neighbor that lives next to them, squirrels got into the siding of the house.
Ooh.
So where the roof overhangs and there's that space in between underneath the roof. Well, the squirrels got in there and then they were building nests and then they burrowed into the house.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that can happen, and then you have a problem. So
Gonna be weird
I like this
seeing
guy.
everyone up
New boyfriend. He's ambitious. He's active. He's motivated. He's got a letter jacket. Pink
All right.
luggage.
Well, he's carrying his girlfriend's luggage.
No, I choose that he defies gender norms and likes the color pink, and that's fine.
Yeah, I like my favorite necktie I have is pink plaid. So
I love the color purple.
yeah, the
No. Actually, I don't know. I never seen that. But,
or read it
no,
or
read it.
watch
I
the
just-
play.
Nope.
Michael,
But I
you-
mean, my keyboard is purple backlighting. I've got purple,
Well-
you know, it's color.
Well, Sean, you've also never seen the Harmony Korine classic Spring Breakers.
No, I haven't.
This
I don't know how
is-
you knew I hadn't seen that. I never
We
told you
that was a yes, you did. We tried actively campaigning in work chat to get you to watch it, and you're like, I'm not gonna watch it just because you guys want me to.
Really? Oh, this must
Yeah.
have been like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
This was back. This is last year.
All
I
right.
forgot
Type into
that.
chat threaten or welcome.
Threaten or welcome. Threaten or welcome. I would welcome him. You know, why would you? I don't even know. Is this a new character or
Yep.
someone we already
New
knew?
character because he
Threaten.
feels. Oh,
3 threatens.
3 threatens.
3 threatens.
Okay. Time to threaten.
And welcome.
Ah, this 6-axis sucks on this. There we go.
It seems like weird that they would have that much trouble. Like what they should have done here instead of having what you're having now.
Is just use the right stick.
Right, is either just use the right stick, have 2 button prompts visible, or what I would have done is one of my favorite PS4 features is you can click down the right stick button on any text entry and you have like a mouse. that you can 6-axis.
I've never
Yeah.
used that.
Oh no, when you enter text, it's the best thing. You click down the button and basically use the 6-axis and you tilt it for mouse control, and then you can tap the letter buttons that way. It's so much better.
Really? See, I used that once. I was like, ugh. Yeah, no. I'm not doing
It's
this.
once you get used to it, it's easy. It's easily. It is the fastest input method for a console I've ever used.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Bag.
You know?
I like how Sony made a big deal about the PlayStation mobile app, and then nobody uses it.
Okay.
I used it a little once, but yeah, if you have to put down the controller to pick up the app, it's kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I was talking to a friend of mine too, and he's like, "Yeah, why? I have to put down the controller, and it takes more time."
I've used the app to chat with people on PSN when I'm not using my PlayStation, but that's it.
Yeah. You want to toss in a chat? Agree or persist?
Agree or persist. No typing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You just are a monster with one of those crazy mechanical keyboards.
Well, I was muting it, but I can't, participate. I can mute. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Right. All right, we get a lot of. We're getting a
International.
lot of agrees. So
A lot of agrees, and we're getting International 2015 making fun of my fact that I can't say easiest.
Fine. So important, I guess I can
I like
backwards
the
rest of way.
easiestly choice.
But you owe me one.
oh
Excuse
boy.
me?
Well, then we're even at least.
I'll think about it.
So as you can tell,
Just be careful.
Emily,
You got-
she was Mike's ex-girlfriend.
4
So
agrees. Oh, now we have 4 and 4.
you guys got to be quick.
Well,
That's-
it's too late.
So Mike and Emily used to date, and now Matt is Emily's new boyfriend, and he's feeling sheepish. He doesn't know quite what to do. We're about to see some stuff right here coming up soon.
I like to imagine here that Matt doesn't actually go to a school with an M in the title. He just wants a jacket with an M on it for Matt.
Okay, so we have another choice coming up, and I need you guys to choose left or right here.
All right, left or right? I gotta.
I remember this
That's- left is one we got. Left, 1 right, 3 lefts,
Whoa, hello.
3 rights, but we had 3 lefts
Please
first.
be a
So
little friendly.
we haven't gotten to
We
it.
haven't. No, we haven't gotten to it yet. We have. Give them another.
Okay, 1, 2. We have 3. Wait. We have more rights or lefts now? We have more rights, I think. Yes, we have.
Okay, so I'll go right on the next one. Whoa!
You okay?
I'm all right.
You've done this before. Why are you getting
Yes.
scared?
That ass, I didn't mean
You
to
know what to
scare
expect.
you.
Well, sometimes I am surprised. I am caught off
Scare
guard.
you, sort of scare you, but not like for real scare you.
Gosh, there's so many creepers in this game.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess you just saw the guy jumping up in front of the binoculars.
No, I'm seeing the guy. Spying on his friends. Yeah, I just. You told me it was coming. I hate jump scares.
There aren't. Oh, Duke is saying both. He says light and reft. Ah. Okay. So we had more rights than lefts last time, correct?
I thought so.
Okay.
But
So we're gonna go. I went
Duke is-
right.
Duke is confusing me now.
Duke, you're a monster. You're taking advantage of this situation.
Out. Yes.
Uh-oh. So this is playing into that whole love triangle thing right here. You guys are deciding how this works with this love triangle.
No,
Damn it.
We got 2 rights here.
Well,
don't
I think
know
we'll have another choice coming up soon. So start
Okay.
casting your votes for the next choice, everybody. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's in chat with us right now. It's good to see Duke here. Good to see Dinero Primero back from from the other day, from Tuesday actually. So yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. So do I want to read the book or check the phone?
I would check the phone. We're in a modern society.
Okay. Well, I already checked it.
Oh well, so much for typing. Whatever.
So next, guys, get your next decision ready, please. All right,
left for next. Left for next. We got 2 lefts.
Yep. Okay. So I need you to keep track of that for me, Sean.
We got 3 lefts. It's all left.
All right. Left is it? Left it is.
Gosh, when you're she looks so indecisive when you haven't when we're waiting for them to answer.
Oh yeah, when you are moving between the 2 decisions, their head moves when you move the direction with the controller.
And that's cool. It looks so funny because you're going back and forth while we wait. They're all schizophrenic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this game starts out super innocent, and then it's not innocent. I'm going to try to not continue a murder of wildlife because I shot the face off of that squirrel, and I'm not going to take. There's a bird coming up that you can throw a snowball at. I'm not going.
Oh, you should totally do that.
No.
Just make them all terrible people. It's a horror movie, right? They're all gonna deserve it anyway.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Or is it one of those things where doing it now has a lasting effect? That's what causes.
That's the thing. It will have an effect on things, and you can just not throw. You cannot interact. Period. And sometimes that's the better way to go. As you'll see on the tutorial, it's about to pop up. Elicard, thank you for chiming in and showing up. Thank you. I'm not gonna shoot the bird, guys. I'm not gonna shoot the bird.
We have 2 for hitting the birds, 3 for hitting the birds,
Too
4
late.
for hitting the birds, 1 for not hitting the birds.
You guys are all monsters. All of you are monsters.
Tim, you told these people they would get to make the decisions.
Oh, God. Okay. Right, you're right. So I'm just gonna make by default, I'm gonna make these people terrible.
What argument for evil?
Jessica, the snowball queen.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds vague.
We only have a limited time on this stream, Tim.
Yeah.
So my goal is to make as many bad things happen as possible.
Okay. So instead of kissing this guy, I'm going to grab the snowball because it's the most dangerous aspect to choose from.
That's the most dangerous thing you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really gonna get it.
Put a rock in the snowball. Okay, that's a little far, dude.
Wow.
Think of at least one thing.
Yeah.
But you'll have to wait.
So yeah, this couple, all they want to do is
We should get up to the
get
lodge.
down to business.
It's
In
so
the
nice
snow?
out here, though.
Period. They just want to get down. They are just
I mean, I
super,
could
super
stay out
horny.
here
That's all this. Yeah.
Ever.
They are the horny couple of the horror movie here.
Well, that means by traditional standards they're both doomed because it's funny, a lot of the horror movie tropes, that we're seeing play out here, they're censorship driven.
Really?
Yeah, like the Hays Code and stuff. It applied to Hays Code and the Comics Code. Like the only way a lot of the movie studios could get away with doing things that broke the code, like treating a cop bad or portraying sex or something, in the early days of film when the code existed, was if that character got narratively punished for it later.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so in a lot of these films, you'll see like criminals will never win in the early days, or someone will do something bad, and something bad worse will happen to them later.
Okay. We're back with the head nihilist, so we're going to be making some more decisions here, everybody. A lot more decisions. So if you want to start out with voting now, if you could please get into that.
We're gonna need a slurry of left and rights, guy.
Now pick up that book, turn the pages. You will see a set of pictures and symbols. I want you to identify which image in each set makes you the most anxious.
All right. Oh, wow. So do men worry me or do women worry me? There's no time limit on this one.
Okay. Men or women?
This
I'm
could
in
go-
the wrong window to type that into the chat.
This could go really, really poorly. So we can choose, do men worry me or do women worry me? I'm not sure. I think men are more terrifying to me than women.
I think that's the typical answer that most people would say. Well, I mean, actually, maybe it's just if you're a woman, men worry you. If you're a man, women worry you. Well, like, in what context? Worry you in
I
what
don't,
way?
it doesn't say. There's no context for it, and that's where it's like, what is going to happen here? I do appreciate the fact that the woman is wearing a business suit and
That
they're
makes her
both
look
dressed equally.
A
They're
little
not-
more threatening. We have one man, we have one woman, one man, another woman, and Ashton. I'm gonna call that a man, another man. So that's 3 and 3. I'm ignoring that one.
Yep, thank you.
Men, women. We keep evening out here, man.
Okay, so we. All right.
All right,
I'm
go with men.
okay. I'm gonna go with men.
No,
Men
I
worry.
don't like the look on her face, but go with men.
Okay. And here's another cool thing. This game uses the DualShock 4 really well. Planes
Jottle.
or crowds?
Go on.
Planes
I
or
was-
crowds?
Planes or crowds? Planes or crowds? Crowds. I'm a voting for crowds because I am very claustrophobic. Yaddle wants to know what we're worried about. Yaddle, we're worried about making a bunch of decisions that's going to affect the personality of the game. About what worries us more. Like right now, we're on planes or crowds. I vote for crowds. I don't know if that counts. We have one crowds, one plane. We have crowds.
Yaddle says, I always worry about the light bar. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of crowds, so I'm going to go with crowd.
Yeah, crowds really freak me out, to be honest.
Okay. Yaddle, you are going to probably be disappointed to learn that most of the time in this game, the light bar is just blue. Do we fear heights or drowning?
Ooh, that's tough. I would go with drowning. I think heights would be a less painful death.
Okay, Sean, you're going to be the tiebreaker.
Okay. So I would go for drowning. We'll see what happens. We have one heights. Oh, we have like 3 drownings straight
Oh,
off. We have
4
way
drownings.
more drownings. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
drownings
we're going to go
straight-
drowning then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't fear drowning enough to let it stop
Right.
me from doing anything water related, but you know, if I had to choose,
Snakes or rats?
well, that's tough. Snakes or rats? I would go with snakes. I used to have pet rats as a kid.
And then you feed the rats to the snakes.
And you feed the rest of the snakes. Snakes. Oh, so many snakes. We have Indiana
we have-
Jones all over the place.
We have 2 rats. Oh,
We have
all
like
right.
4 snakes though.
All right, so I'm gonna go with snakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, this is a weird like quiz. You're like in an office, and this guy's just like, "What bothers you?"
The reveal is interesting. Guns are scary or knives are scary?
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
I think I know what your choice is based on things we've talked about prior.
Well, it
I mean,
depends
it's
on-
not a political statement. I mean, I think guns are terrifying. I use knives every day when I'm cooking, so they're less scary. Guns to me are much scarier.
It depends on the situation. Like, if I'm being assaulted with both, you know, I guess.
At once?
Yeah. Well, that's what a bayonet's for.
Oh, good point. Good
Yeah.
point.
See, I'm really scared of a knife that
Right.
after you stab it into me, you can pull the trigger.
All right, it's knives. Everybody's saying knives.
Really? I would have thought I would have gone with guns.
I picked
I think-
guns on my run.
I think as an object standing on its own, I think knives are more inherently scary.
What about snakes or cockroaches?
What, this really? Snakes are...
Seriously. Well, think about it. Cockroaches were a big part of what made PT really creepy.
I misspelled cockroaches. I wrote coa-roaches.
Koa roaches. Koa ratches.
Coa-roaches.
All right, we're getting more votes for
More
snakes.
snakes.
So snakes it is.
Snakes I can handle. Cockroaches... Cockroaches...
Wow.
You know, I can't.
Overwhelming amount of snakes. Holy
Really?
cow. All right.
Man.
Oh, here we go. Clowns or scarecrows?
Oh my god.
Oh, man. I think clowns scare me more because scarecrows at least don't have faces. I have a problem with faces that are just completely static and frozen elements of human emotion.
I think
can't do
clowns.
it.
I think clowns gonna win this one, but clowns never bothered me. I mean,
Clowns. Everybody's going clowns.
I don't know why people are afraid of clowns. They're entertaining. Wow, that clown. Okay, out of these two, that clown's more scary. But
Okay.
normal clowns? You know.
Gore or crows?
Gore or crows? What? Crows eat gore.
I I know how this plays out, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, it's we have, let's see, 1 gore, 1 crows, gore, more gore.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
There's another round of choices after this.
Why? There's so many choices.
This game is designed to screw with you, Sean. It is.
Okay. Duke asks
Al Gore or crows? I would say crows.
Speed up a bit. The more you rely on
I'd say crows.
the more
No, Al Gore.
will be, and the more
He's a politician. I don't trust any of them
That
on any
is
side.
true.
Ronald
Alright.
McDonald is terrifying, says De Niro Primero.
Okay, snakes or spiders?
Snakes or spiders? Is it like trying to get a victory?
It's building a profile of what bothers you, so then it can turn that knife in your leg.
Spiders
later
for
on.
sure. I'm way spiders. Snakes
All
are
right,
nothing.
we have 1 spiders. Oh, somebody says stay snakes. Oh, Duke says stay snakes.
Oh no, spiders are way worse.
Spiders. Oh wow, it's even.
Snakes.
Oh, it's going into snakes' favor right now.
It's going to the snakes. Spiders are way more creepy.
I'm gonna take 2 more votes.
Because most snakes you come across are harmless. Very few are venomous. At least around here. I'm in California.
Oh god, it is dead even. Sean, you're the tiebreaker here.
I'm going spiders, man. Spiders.
we're going
I can't
spiders.
handle 'em. I know spiders are harmless too, but I just can't handle them. They look so creepy.
All right, gore disgusts me, or I fear needles.
Gore or needles?
Wow. Yeah, this game, it's really taking a profile of everything that you're doing.
I'm definitely gore. But my father, oddly enough, faints whenever you stick a needle into him.
Oh.
Yeah, he
All right,
does.
so-
He's not afraid of them. They put him in. And he's like, "Huh, look at that," and then out.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of needles.
Needles. We have a lot of needles.
All right,
Wow.
we're going needles.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think this is it. I think there might be 1 or 2 more after this, and we can get back to the actual game. Okay, clowns scare me or zombies scare me?
Oh, zombies. I would go with zombies. Let's see what they're going with.
I would say
Clowns is one. You always say what?
I'm gonna say that clowns, because clowns. I mean, zombies are. There is precedent. Zombies are possible. They're
so
plausible, because the people that made the Last of Us, Naughty Dog, they got their inspiration for how that zombie apocalypse turned out by watching Planet Earth. And I watched that episode of Planet Earth where there's a fungus that takes over and kind of turns ants into kamikazes in the rainforest.
I'm oddly seeing more clowns of
Yeah, I'm seeing clowns. Yeah, this is leaning way clowns, so we're gonna go. Clowns.
Yeah, that's weird. You know, I read about that. There is a fungus that does exist that does that for ants.
Okay, needles or dogs?
Needles or dogs? Needles. I guess I haven't seen the picture of the dog involved yet.
It's a wolf with his fangs bared. Yeah.
I guess a wolf, a wild wolf or a needle would be a wolf, but like a dog, whatever. Dogs are adorable.
Oh wow, it's pretty split between dogs and needles. I'm seeing more for needles though.
Dogs with needles.
Oh wow.
Oh, Star says
A dog named Needles. All right, needles. I'm
Needles
seeing lots
it
of
is. I'm
needles,
seeing
so
a
we're
lot
going
of
needles.
needles.
All right. Needles or storm? Do you fear needles or do storms scare you?
Storms or needles. Okay.
Wow.
And this is like Nintendo's totally defunct everybody votes channel. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Just voting on stuff.
Yeah, it's almost done. Like these pop up after they build the initial profile.
It's all needles. Needles again.
Okay. After they build the initial profile, these sections go by much quicker, and it's no more surveys after that.
I think Needles is right. Storms are honestly beautiful as long as they're not nearby you. Like sitting there
Yeah, I
watching,
love storms.
I love heavy like sheets of rain coming down and watching.
Oh,
lightning.
you don't love heavy rain, Sean?
I changed. I realized that was a title of something. I love watching rain come down and having lightning go off while sitting on the front porch with a drink. It's just such a nice evening.
These are nihilists, Donnie. There's nothing to be afraid of. They believe in nothing.
Promise. We'll talk again very
Man.
soon.
Oh man, you should. I watched Big Lebowski this week while I was writing this review, actually.
No wonder you brought it up.
Duke says he loves Chocolate Rain. I mean, it's Peter Stormare. How can you not bring it up?
I don't know actors' faces. I don't recognize this guy.
Oh, do you recognize Hayden Panettiere?
I don't even know who that is.
Did you not watch Heroes?
No, I didn't.
And I'm going to guess you don't watch Nashville either. I don't watch Nashville.
I don't even know what Nashville is. What channel is it on?
I think it might be ABC. It's Hayden Panettiere and Connie Britton. So
Okay, that's the thing is I don't get any ABC actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because I don't have much network thing, but I watched previously on Until Dawn. Sorry, I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. It refreshes you, so you could play a chapter and put it down for the night.
Yeah, it's great that like it'll what other game did that? There was another game that did
Alan
that.
Wake.
Alan Wake did that. Yeah, and it was pretty cool.
And this has a kind of a similar setting, sort of ish, because it's in a forest. Alan Wake took place in Seattle or the Pacific Northwest. This takes place in Canada, in the Great Lakes region, actually.
This seems to have a much better narrative than Alan Wake did. Alan Wake had this problem where its gameplay got in the way of its storytelling. Like the storytelling and gameplay were at odds with each other. The storyline, like fighting monsters made no sense for the motivations of the force of evil in Alan Wake. So it's
Right.
Like,
well, Sean, it's not a lake; it's an ocean.
what?
You didn't finish Alan Wake.
I did finish Alan Wake.
Oh, well, at the end when the camera does the big zoom out on the lake, there's
yeah.
a voice where he goes, "It's not a lake; it's an ocean." Ba ba ba.
I think I just blocked that from my mind because I was playing it for a YouTube series I never published. It's still sitting unpublished on my channel. It's unlisted.
Good job, Sean.
Yeah, I had like 4 or 5 episodes and stuff and done it, and I was rushing to play through American Nightmare as well and see what the difference was.
I like Oh No Star. Save the cheerleader. Reboot the series.
Yeah, I get that reference because I heard all about Heroes, but I never watched it. I saw the first episode and I was like, oh, this looks good, and then I never saw another episode.
The first season is super good. So the default choice was always left, correct?
Yeah, it was left or whatever's more dangerous.
All right. So the choice here is gossip, and that is pretty dangerous. We're gonna gossip.
That is super dangerous. Well, they're teenagers, right?
Damn it.
I want to hang out at this lodge they're at.
This lodge is gigantic.
There are a million ways in. They're just all locked.
Gossip or worry? Gosh, I would choose gossip. Yeah, worrying isn't useful.
Get open or something. Wait a second. Are you saying we should
What
break
is it?
in?
Victor Pampa? Spoiler alert: Josh is a psycho. He pranked
Everybody.
I don't know how to read that.
It's everybody. I think he's got a broken keyboard.
But that is not a spoiler of any sorts.
Yaddle says Heroes was garbage after the first season and became such a letdown. I heard that, which is one of the reasons I think I didn't watch it. I heard that it went downhill.
Yeah.
So I just said, oh, that's too bad, and didn't get to it. Kind of like with Lost. Like I watched the first episode and I thought it was really good, and then it was really late in the series, and I said, oh, but it stops making sense, kind of. And I was like, oh well, I don't really want to, deal with that.
Yeah.
First episode was really gripping, though.
I just sent you something in work chat. If you want to take care of that.
Very loud. Oh, okay, you did. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go for left as the default choice.
You doing all right?
Yeah. Aside from being kind of cold
How do I do that anyway?
and vaguely.
I think
out by
you
this place.
two-finger click or right
It's kinda
click.
weird being back up here, huh?
Yeah.
Click.
Sorry, I'm used to my Mac. Gosh.
Let's just get him out of there.
Thank you. Do. So.
Did I get the correct spoiler? I didn't see him write anything else.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, they're all gone. Okay.
Good. Thank you. So we're following now. Almost all of the characters are all together. We're at this lodge. This lodge is huge. It's gorgeous too. I mean, this place could not have been cheap. I'm curious what Josh and the twinses who are dead. I wonder what their family does for a living to own property in Canada. Sean, do you know anything?
Maybe Canada's cheap.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, is how much does property cost in Canada?
I bet it isn't even property cost in Canada. What it probably is. So the cabin we saw like early in the game reminds me of a cabin my family has in an area that's pretty expensive to live in right now. But that's because it was purchased in the 40s when it cost nothing.
Right. So do we want? I'm going to interrupt you, and I hate to do that, but agree or protest?
Agree or protest? I think I think it's well, that's my theory though. I think they bought this land a long time ago, built the lodge, and just don't use it anymore.
Yodel. I still love that Jacob from Lost was Hulk Hogan's little brother in the movie No Holds Barred.
I do not understand any of those references.
Neither do I. All right,
Protest,
so I'm gonna
protest,
go.
protest.
Yep, protest. Doing
So
the
much
protest.
protest.
Cut it out, man.
Gosh, this guy, I hate his haircut and his glasses.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He does have a faux hawk, and faux hawks are.
I mean, his glasses, I guess, are fine. It's just like combined with his style, it's very.
Yeah.
You know what's neat with the glasses though is you can see the reflection off the glasses. Take a look next time you see that. Like, it's really. At first, I thought they were going to try and cheat it, but they actually have. When you watch a movie, an anti-reflective coating on prescription glasses, when light is on it, it turns green, and this has elements of that. You can see where the So
That makes sense.
yeah, agree or disagree.
Agree or disagree. What I really love is when games do use real reflections or they simulate the reflection by having a fake room on the other side that has the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Versus games like what was that big hacking game that was everyone wanted for Xbox One that wasn't that good?
That was Watch Dogs, and that was on
Watch Dogs.
PlayStation 4 as well.
Yeah, well, people thought it was an issue. Watch Dogs, where if you go to the buildings, it's a fake, like the reflection of the buildings is a fake, reflection, and that's common in most games because that's very intensive to do that. But I always like it when they can manage a real reflection.
All right, I'm seeing 3 disagrees and 2 agrees. Oh, 3 agrees. Sean, be my tiebreaker.
I'm sorry, I wasn't doing my job.
No, be my tiebreaker.
Okay, agree. I don't know what he's talking about. Agree.
Okay.
I agree with everything.
You're right.
Yeah, that's probably right. This guy looks disagreeable though. He probably wouldn't really do it, so I'm changing his character. Is this the squirrel shooter?
Yep, that's the squirrel murderer.
Who knew? Not even you.
Not even me. I was sufficiently terrified seeing that squirrel's face exploded. I'm not a hunter, so I've never really seen dead animals aside from pets when they leave this earth.
My father's a hunter, so I've seen plenty of dead animals, but I've never gone with him. I don't really think I could do that. I don't mind eating the ducks he brings home, but I don't think I would enjoy shooting the ducks he brings home.
I like for sport. I like shooting. I like I have a BB gun. Yeah, and I have a 22, but yeah, I'm not into anything else.
Disc shooting is basically shotgun golf. It's great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You go around to these stations with your friends. There's you keep score. It's pretty fun if you have a good facility nearby.
I don't know that I do. I know we have a good gun range nearby, but I don't know if we have a good target facility.
Yeah, skeet facilities. It's called. Skeet is great. I don't like gun ranges so much. They're kind of boring. It's all about marksmanship. It doesn't really feel like a game.
Aw, skeet.
That's what it's called, man. I can't. Talking about video games, I like the controller nudging to move that that thing you moved a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, the motion controls are really well done, except when it comes to the decision making.
I don't think so.
All right.
Here, use this.
So now I'm in the cabin at one section, and here's another thing where you can see you'll be able to watch me
Whoa, Chris, I just
move
got
the
an
DualShock
awesome
controller
idea.
and
Yeah?
control the
Totally. What is it? Okay, so
The-
I'm pretty sure that I've
the
got
lighter.
some deodorant in one of the bathrooms.
Oh.
Alright.
You could use that. With
Yeah.
The lighter. I don't follow. How's a stick of deodorant?
do.
Man, it's
Sean,
just,
Are you a
what-
horror fan
Gotcha.
at all?
sometimes not like super into it. I liked horror better when it was suspense based, and then rather than I don't like Saw really. Kind
Right,
Of stuff.
right. I think that's pretty fair. I'm not into the torture porn, but I like the suspense-based horror.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the right thing. I could be into horror, but not torture porn. That's a good way to put it.
I like the psychological thrillers much more than I do actual horror. Case in point, Jacob's Ladder is really good. And it's from like '93 or '94. It's Tim Robbins and Elizabeth Pena, and it is directed by the lady that did The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I can't pick these up because
I like that because a psychological thriller can make you think, whereas a horror movie is
Right.
a modern horror movie doesn't really make you think that much.
bad modern horror movies don't.
Right. And
Good
most-
modern horror movies do. And that's the thing I want to get into is the 2 guys that wrote this game. They I mentioned this in my review. Could you be an awesome person and drop my review in the
Yeah,
chat,
I'll get
please?
the review.
So
of that.
the two guys that wrote this game, I think I have to pick this up. Oh crap! The two guys that wrote this game, they are very much. They've been involved with a lot of really good modern horror movies. So everything from House of the Devil, which is awesome, to something like Stakeland and The Innkeepers. They've been involved in one way, shape, or form. And you can tell that these guys really, really, really love horror because they take the tropes that are inherent with the genre and they flip them on their heads. So I say it in my review. At one point, there was a really harrowing situation, and then I stumbled across a machete, and I just yelled out reflexively, "Grab the effing machete, dude!" And then I had a prompt to grab the machete, and I was like, "Oh, awesome! This is really cool." So these writers know how horror works, and they know how to make a good game that isn't just stupid and cheesy. They know what to do, which is really shows through in this game. And as somebody that likes modern horror and good modern horror, not necessarily just slasher flicks or torture porn, it's really nice to see that I'm not alone, and it's really cool to see that it made its way through to this game, because this game could have ended up being really bad.
Right. It's so beautiful that I was. It wasn't really on my radar before, largely because as you wrote about in your review, the real horror is that Sony tried to kill it.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
It like really was under my radar, but now I'm thinking, this game does for me what we couldn't get Tuesday's stream to do, which is like the atmosphere is making me care.
Right. Duke asks if I've ever watched Rec 3 Genesis. I haven't. I wanted to start from the beginning with that series, and the only one I think that's available on Netflix is Rec 3. And I don't like jumping into things after I've never seen. I don't like jumping in cold to things, I guess I would say. So that's why I have not watched Rec 3.
Says the ending had a really sweet twist. I haven't seen that either.
Cool.
But I love that you're promoting it, and it's a Spanish movie that has subtitles, because there's so much great film out there in every genre that like a lot of people won't watch because like, oh well, it's subtitled, I don't want to read, and it's totally worth it.
Oh, you know what? It's a French horror flick. It's called Shaitan, Sheitan. Last I knew, it was still on Netflix. It stars Vincent Cassel, who was the creepy ballet instructor in Black Swan, but you cannot even see him as you can't see Vincent Cassel in this movie. You see his character.
See, that's great acting.
Yeah, it's really creepy. It's about a group of teenagers that go to this remote place in the French countryside, and just weird crap starts happening. And it's really good. I don't know what else. Ah! Crap! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Are you okay?
I'm
happened to
all
you,
right.
Tim?
You'll see in a second.
Are you okay?
We're freezing our buns off out here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's some bug spray? Oh, okay, there you
Yep.
go. Your best part is did you know that from the other playthrough?
I did, but it caught me off guard
You
this
just
time.
forgot because you were talking. That's great.
Back. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, yeah.
That thing freaked me out.
How did the wolf even get in there?
It's not a wolf. It's a Wolverine.
Oh, well, still.
Well, hold on. I can relate to this because there was a time my parents have a cabin in northern Michigan. I was there a couple weekends ago to get away from the internet with my best friends. And one time when I went up there with my parents, we went up there during the winter to check on the place, and my mom went into the bathroom. She lifted up the toilet seat, and there was a dead, bloated squirrel in the toilet.
Well, in the toilet makes sense, but in the closed cupboard?
I don't know, but like in the toilet, yeah, it went in through the septic system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Good thing
And
it
it was-
got all the way through and didn't get stuck halfway.
Well, it drowned because it couldn't make it the rest of the way through the toilet hole, and then it got bloated, and it was a mess. It's a good thing that the toilet seat was shut, because otherwise we would have had a squirrel in the house, and that would have caused a lot of damage.
Whoa.
Well, at
So
least
we have a choice coming up soon.
At least you're able to get it out. Choice, left or right?
Warn or challenge. And this is a love triangle choice.
Ooh. Triangle choice. Exciting.
Yeah.
Took him long enough to get to this cabin, though.
You have to remember, though, we are playing this with Twitch, so it's
That's
going to
true.
not be fast. Because
Probably would be 20 minutes further in if it wasn't.
yeah, these episodes, they play
Challenge,
through about an hour
challenge.
each.
Yeah.
They're pretty quick. The game moves really quick. There's 10 episodes, or 10 chapters. So everybody's saying challenge?
Yeah, everyone's saying challenge. Only 2 warns.
Alright, so we're going to go for challenge.
What the hell were you doing with M out on the trail?
Alright.
I saw you and M.
Sorry, De Niro Primero.
Before,
Sorry, buddy.
we just ran into each other.
Next time. Also, thank you for tuning back in again. We are going to be streaming tomorrow as well.
Right, it's like the busiest stream week I think we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think we've really ever done 3 streams in a week. So we have another one. Love triangle choice. Distrust or apologize?
Ooh, distrust or apologize. Distrust, man. Man up. Don't apologize. Real men
Fall-
never apologize or
Fall
do
into
anything.
fall into gender roles.
Fall into gender roles. That is completely my position.
Alright, so... Alright.
Apologize, don't be
We have a
mean.
bunch for distrust.
Distrust. Wow, it's a lot of distrust.
Okay, so we're going to go distrust.
Seriously, Yaddle, this is a stream-orama week. I don't, it's been pretty busy. But it's just the release, cycle. We got to keep up with it. So
Right, we were just going to stream Gears of War this week and then possibly Disney Infinity, but when I played this game, I was like, I think our audience needs to see this because this game's really good.
right, and there's a
And-
lot of we get to do this interaction, which is great. It's so much fun having you guys telling us what to do.
Yeah, and once we get back to a section where it's not the story sequence, I'll go in and you guys can see
God, that is
what your choices have done
Are you
to
follow his
the
Facebook?
character relationships.
Seriously, can you be
'Cause that's always fun.
obvious?
I like that. It's
Someone's
like we
been
can
on
see
your
what you've
territory,
done.
honey.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Comrade
Say
83,
something
this
so
is not the first playthrough. This is, for this section, this is my
Sounds
third.
like
I played through this game for review over the weekend, and then when I was going to grab some screenshots for the gallery that we put together, I played through it a second time, the opening section. So this is my third time through. So we have another one. We have provoke or defuse, and this is another part of the love triangle. We can alter the relationship between Emily, who is the new girlfriend, or the ex-girlfriend, and Jess, who is the new girlfriend.
Gee, we have a diffuse already, a provoke.
Wow.
Man, these guys provoke. It's provoke, man. So many
Oh,
provokes.
wow.
Oh
Wow,
my
you
gosh.
guys are...
You guys,
Wow.
like they just like want to make this like all these characters need to be the least like
Likable,
tolerable
period.
people ever. Yeah, you just want them to be bad
That's
people.
uncalled.
Some people just want to see
Manlord, Jerry.
Jerry.
So as you can see, these characters all fit into their own the archetypes. So you have Emily, who is the smart 4.0 honor roll girl, and then Jess, who is the super hot chick who may or may not get around in terms. She may or may not sleep with more than one person at a time. Who knows? Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. So we have another choice:
Oh, boy.
provoke, shut your mouth, Jess, or defuse, Emily, stop.
Fuse, Emily, stop.
Oh, Duke, you'll be happy to know that you can actually kill everybody by the end of the game. That's a
Provoke,
thing you can
or-
do.
Provoke.
Oh wow. Wow.
You do want them to have all a bad ending. Gosh, guys. Provoke.
Oh my gosh. One diffuse.
One
Two diffuses. Another guys. Oh, everybody is just provoke. Wow.
Jessica, you need to shut your mouth.
Wow.
Okay?
No.
His face looks
You're the
great
one who
in this.
All
scene.
of these faces look really good.
I know.
He's kind of the demure kind of guy. He's like, all right, I have this new girlfriend. I don't want to screw this up. I can relate to that. He's like, why is this happening? I just want things to go okay.
We can't get along for 10 minutes.
God.
Oh my
A
god.
little bit of a break, right?
Oh so star, poke the lion.
Poke the lion. It's human nature to cause conflict, says Duke. It is. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Fried Monty, we're alone in this world. Let's keep it. We're not alone. We're just all about to get murdered. Okay. All right.
So one thing I want to say is thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for being so active in chat. And if you guys are liking what you're seeing, if you haven't already followed us on Twitch, go ahead and do that right now, and it'll give you a chance to find out exactly when we start streaming. We're doing our best to keep all of our streams in the schedule, but sometimes there are going to be some surprise ones. And when there are the surprise streams, you'll find out as soon as they start happening. So if you like us, click the heart button below the video stream and let us know.
Well, I mean, she was asking about my letter.
Steve
All
will break
right.
up the fight. Thank you for all that, Tim. Oh, jeez.
Oh, so,
Duke, we don't need a white supremacist. This is already a bad enough situation.
yeah. One thing that is kind of cool, though, this is something that I was talking about. You were talking about Matt's letter jacket.
Yeah.
He refers to it being, it's a designer Letterman jacket. This isn't his school varsity jacket. This is a designer jacket that he bought.
Really?
Yeah.
So it is an M for Matt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I feel so vindicated and justified. I had him pegged from the beginning. Also, who would buy a designer Letterman jacket?
Our coworker Jamie Rigg would.
Oh, really?
He dude. He loves the varsity jackets.
It actually is not a bad design. And
It's
I did
not.
I did almost get one at a vintage shop a couple months ago, but it was ugly and old. Because I was never gonna get a varsity jacket.
Well, I had a varsity letter but it was from marching band, and well, yeah.
Did
The
you
only
get a jacket for that?
No, because the only thing that you needed to do to get a varsity letter in marching band was
To be in marching band.
be in marching band for 4 years or 3 years.
Oh.
Hey, porn star.
I wish. What did you play anyway?
I played saxophone.
Oh, that's good. I approve.
I played alto sax for marching band, and I did tenor sax for jazz band.
Love tenor sax and alto sax.
Yeah.
I love the saxophone because it transfers. I can't play anything, but I like that it transfers to multiple other instruments. Which,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of things don't.
Yeah, the fingerings and everything all stay basically the same. And then, well, when you look at the soprano sax, that's basically a clarinet.
Right, clarinet's not that different.
Right.
Right.
And it's in the same key register, whereas alto is alto. It has an alto voice, and it has a different open note. It's C sharp is the open note for alto. Tenor, I think, is E flat, if I remember correctly. Soprano, I didn't play soprano. My dad had a soprano sax, but I never played it. So
Woodwinds
I
are
don't know
super cool though. Because that's why I like woodwinds. So they all have that commonality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
so
Until
now-
Dawn about woodwinds.
So now we're controlling the two super horny teens that are off to go get to
Hey, Hot Lips.
their love shack.
All right.
Their dialogue is super, super, super good, and the dialogue in the game itself is really good. We're about to
Yeah,
take a selfie.
I thought you were about to say the dialogue was really bad, but you know,
No,
because I
it's
mean
really
that
good.
situation doesn't really lend itself to great dialogue. Gosh, it does look really good. You know, it's great. So you were saying that you thought Gears of War the other day was the best looking Xbox One game out there right now. This is probably the best looking PS4 game out right now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, this is the best looking PS4 game.
Oh man, yeah, you're definitely taking a selfie.
Yep, and I made sure to keep Mike out of the frame,
I've noticed that.
and he addresses that too.
Well, he was the one taking the picture,
Yep.
Brr, it is freezing out here.
so
Yeah.
I know.
Just the idea that I can use the DualShock to change the direction of the head of the flashlight is super neat to me. It works really well. It's 1-to-1. There's no lag. It just works, and I'm really into that.
See here, we got some backup chat I'm gonna go to. Daenerys Primera says
Emily's as dumb
wants
as
to say
she looks.
saxophone in Homer Simpson voice. I'm not
Of
doing
course.
that. Not a good actor. Yaddle wants to dig out his old GameCube games. I mean, you should totally do that, but I don't know what that has to do with. But do it. It's awesome. Flute and sax fingerlings are practically the same. Are they the flute and sax being the same? I played flute for like a week.
Oh, Sean, we have choice.
Choice. What's the choice?
Agree Emily was being a bitch, or disagree, ease up on M, okay?
He's up. Okay.
Duke, I
agree.
cannot play the sax solo on Baker Street. That's a tenor sax, and I only owned a alto. The tenor was one that I always used from school.
4 agrees. 5. We're going to agree, which is the right choice. Always agree with the girlfriend.
Okay.
I think you bring out the worst there.
Is that so?
Epic.
All right.
jealousy.
Katie Arrow, good to see you in chat. You're somebody new, and thanks for tuning in. So, and I'm seeing a lot of new names in chat, and that's something that's really cool. So thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for tuning in.
Green Demon 1997, Built Tripper, Ratzillosaurus.
That's an awesome name.
That's a great name.
That's
I
a really
like
good
them.
name. One of my favorite names that we had in chat, and I haven't seen them show up in a while, was Zombie Batman.
Zombie Batman.
Zombie Batman was really good.
What was your
All right.
what was your worst or first online username?
Boom.
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't even know if I want to say it because it was real bad. Not bad in terms of horrible or offensive or anything like that. It was just bad.
Yeah, embarrassingly bad.
Okay, so I remember it though. It was because I was really into Adidas in high school. So my my first screen name on AOL was Adida17153.
17. That's great that you remember that.
The number 53 has popped up at many times in my life, and I don't know why, but it's popped up more times than I care to admit. I don't know what it means, but it's a thing that happens.
See, I've had Shaunicus since high school, so I've been that on everything for a long time. But before that, in middle school, I was struggling to find stuff that worked for me. I have two, my early ones, on the Microsoft Gaming Zone, which was used to play various
I remember that.
multiplayer games online. I was really into Star Wars and Han Solo in middle school, and so
Okay.
I was going to be, I thought I was so clever, the smuggler, but I typoed it, of course, being me.
Of course
And
you typoed
And
it.
so I was the smuggler. And then later, I had to have a username for an email account, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not very good at this. And so I was just looking around my room, and I had a pair of inline roller skates that were green, and so I was green_skates at email.com for like a long time.
Oh, good lord,
It was
Sean.
very bad. I'm glad I was Shaunicus from then on. Much better.
All right, here we go. There's another choice coming up, I think.
Oh,
Almost.
They never closed the investigation.
No, maybe not. So the one that I've been using since is, oh, here we go. Respectful, I hope they're at peace, or ask, what do you remember?
Say that one more time.
Respectful or ask?
Or ask.
Duke, I thought you were going to say the snuggler.
The snuggler. That's what I am now.
Oh.
Oh. No, if I was that now, I'd probably get, arrested somehow.
All right. I'm seeing a lot of respectfuls.
Yeah, I'm seeing...
Imaginary Socks, I'll tell you what the game is about after we finish this choice section.
Ooh.
Oh, getting a bunch for respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yeah,
All right, we're going to go respect. Okay.
Okay.
I wish I would get a lot of respect, because I don't feel that I get a lot of respect, Sean.
I wish I could get just a little bit, Tim.
It's a nice way of thinking about it.
Okay, so to answer Imaginary Socks, also a really good username. To answer Imaginary Socks' question, this game is a choose-your-own-adventure teen horror game. So I don't know if you have played Quantic Dream's Heavy Rain from the PlayStation 3, but this is an interactive movie where you make choices, binary choices. So you make one choice or another throughout the course of the game, and you do QuickTime events when they pop up on screen. On screen, rather. Screaming is something that I've been doing.
Yeah.
But so this game, it's an interactive movie. It is not typical gameplay. You don't do usual things. There's no free look. It's very linear. But that's because it has to be, because it's telling a very specific story. And this is a horror story. And this is one of the best horror experiences I've ever had. Period.
I think I felt.
It seems really good. It's a beautiful game. The narration is super strong, which is what a lot of horror games miss. And I like that there's another game sort of in this vein, like Heavy Rain, that's more about presenting an interactive experience than being a traditional game.
Yeah. Based on what Twitter is, we have a choice: cautious or heroic. I'm gonna probably guess. I'm gonna predict the future and say people are gonna say cautious.
We'll see, because cautious, heroic is more dangerous. It might. See, we're getting a heroic already, because that might be more likely to get you killed. We got a heroic, cautious, 2 heroics, 3 heroics. We're going heroic, dude.
Okay. Also, Duke said Dangerfield and Natural Born Killers. I need to watch that movie right now. I had no idea Rodney Dangerfield was in that flick.
Me neither, actually.
That's
yeah.
insane. Okay, that was with Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis.
I think the last thing I saw Rodney Dangerfield in was probably like that
Back to
movie where he.
School?
Yes, like his worst thing.
My Easy Money was a popular movie around my house, where he had to his wife's mom was going to kick off, and she said that if he lost a bunch of weight and stopped smoking and stopped doing drugs, that he would get all the money, and it was really good.
So I'm looking at this main character you got right now, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to look at what people think of him now.
So Mike, every time I look at him, like you get a close up of his face, I think if Will Wheaton had worked out in high school, I think he'd look like Mike.
So here we go. This is showing the relationship status between him and everybody else and his character traits. So he has grown very romantic thanks to everybody here.
Really?
Yeah. He has
Just 'cause
grown very romantic, and his relationship with Jess is through the roof right now.
Huh.
So this is another thing, is when you look at this, when you're in the pause menu, when you move the DualShock controller, you move his head.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Check this out. Look at what's happening now. You'll see in a second.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. What are you doing?
I'm shaking the controller.
I can hear it. It's.
I wish he would just vomit or just get like visibly very disoriented, because he really should after all that.
Why? he looks like he's like an Android speed reading. Oh man. Yeah, wow, his relationship really is through the roof. That's huge.
Yeah. All this stuff changes based on the decisions you make. All of it. Wow, I can't believe it's been an hour and a half already.
Yeah, this game kind of really flies by with the time. I think that's a good hallmark of the game. It doesn't really feel like it drags on. Gosh, the effects in this cave are just awesome.
Yeah, and that's because this is not a typical game, so they don't have to program physics in for everything. All they have to do is just program in the dialogue, and that's about it. And that's why this game can look so good. They can devote the resources to making it look super absurdly good.
That's true. You're not interacting. You're not moving more beyond
Right.
just walking around the set piece, which is just bounding boxes.
Right. And unlike the Order 1866 or 1886 from earlier this year, where that game was billed as a third-person shooter and it turned out being an interactive movie, this is an interactive movie and it owns it. So at that point, I was really okay with it, because it wasn't trying to be something it wasn't. Or
You know,
it
how
wasn't
lucky-
billed as something wrong.
How fortunate the developers had the freedom to stick to that original plan and not have to change it for like market research or something halfway through.
Well, I did some research, and this game originally started life on the PlayStation 3 as a first-person PlayStation Move title.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
You know, I could see that being for the better though. You know, Sorcery for the PlayStation Move
Yes.
would have been a lot better if it wasn't a PlayStation Move title.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they were able to do this. This game's really cool, and the thing that's so weird is that Sony put this out at the end of August, when, with how many delays, and I bring this up in my piece, with how many delays this went, it should have gotten pushed to October. This would be the perfect Halloween game.
Just for more marketing. Yeah, no reason it shouldn't have been, actually. They could have really pushed that. But like you said in the piece, they really dialed down marketing for it for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, the thing is so Electronic Arts, when Dead Space originally came out, the first one, they had that targeted for an October release date for a reason.
Yeah.
Back in 2009, 2008, and it worked, and it worked in its favor. So I don't know. It's so strange watching, trying to figure out what Sony's thought process was on this, and it makes me wonder if they can't market a game, how they're going to market Morpheus.
Yeah, and Morpheus is going to be a super tough sell in a lot of ways, because we still don't know what that content is. Like we were talking before, and I can't remember the name of the game we just streamed 2 days ago. What was it?
Gears of War.
No, the other one.
That's all we streamed 2 days ago.
The last week then.
Last week? I don't remember what we streamed last week. Oh, Everybody's Gone to Rapture.
Everyone Gone to the Rapture. Like we were talking with that. Like that's a game that could be a cinematic VR experience, but we still don't know what what's going to really work in VR on a consumer level, and so it's
Right.
going to be super hard for the market. I kind of don't believe in Morpheus. It's great hardware. I kind of don't believe in it as a consumer product yet. I'm looking forward to being proven wrong, but
It's more of a consumer product than HoloLens. I can tell you that. As somebody that's used both.
yeah, HoloLens is I think that's also going to find a weird thing. I think HoloLens is a prototype that'll hopefully turn into a good 4th generation product, sort of like the Surface. The Surface is great now, but it was
Right.
kind of shaky for a while.
Right.
So Bill Tripper says, so real question is, why would you pay $60 for a movie? And Miss Captain Obvious says, $60 for a movie that you can change with every play is totally worth it.
Yeah, and you can kill everybody in this game. You can make it so nobody makes it out alive at the end. One of the characters that I was trying so hard to save, to make it all the way through, died right near the very end of this game. And of the, six or 8 teenagers that are in this game, only 3 of them survived at the end of the first playthrough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
One
it was...
thing I don't know if this game does or not, that I wish Heavy Rain had done, however, with the narrative is...
Whoa!
Whoa, you alright, buddy?
Oh!
Did,
Oh.
you good there?
Oh.
Should I... Okay. So,
just brace
one-
yourself. Something's going to happen.
Okay. So, the thing that Heavy Rain does that I didn't do, that I wish it did, is the end of the story was always the same. It was the same killer no matter what. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if you could do something that changes the who the villain is? So every
Right.
playthrough really is different. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's present in this game, but it wasn't in Heavy Rain. I think I saw the thing that just jumped up on you
Hey, Jeff.
in the binoculars. It's the second time it's used a binocular jump scare, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not pleased.
Well, the thing is with Heavy Rain is, I remember talking to a couple of people, and they were saying that what peeved them about Heavy Rain is you were playing as the killer at one point, and you could see, literally, you could see inside their head, because when you were playing as somebody, their thought process would be floating around the top of their head, and you were investigating a murder scene, and you couldn't, and there were no hints. It's like, really? I'm investigating the murder that I just committed at this murder scene.
Right, and that's kind of like what I was talking about before. Like, it goes back. It's really awful. Go on.
Right.
Just,
And that a lot of people said that's what broke it for them. And I
Yeah.
can see that. I really liked Heavy Rain a lot. I loved how in a lot of places it was basically Seven, the David Fincher movie, but a video game.
yeah, and I could see that. But yeah, that narrative element failed in
Right.
that game. And that's something you have to have a really strong narrative element. Mummy Morris says this is not scary, but The Last of Us is. You're not really, since we're streaming and we're talking over it, you're not getting the full atmospherical experience. You're not invested the way you would as a single player in a darkened room.
Oh yeah, I played this in the dark and it was terrifying.
Right, like, 'cause I'm sure it would be the things would stand out a lot more. Like, same thing with The Last of Us. If I was playing the entirety of The Last of Us while talking to someone on a stream, I would miss the weight of that game.
Oh yeah, this game does a really good job with the atmosphere, and the writing is
What do you-
absurdly good.
We're getting witties as our responses here because we forgot to prompt them for
Oh,
this.
okay.
Lots
All
of
right.
witties.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you because you were on a good tangent.
Right, tangents is my only talent.
I pee catch you. It still made me pee a tiny bit.
Oh yeah, I mean it was man. I bought that game specifically on the recommendation as Tim. It was the first game I bought for my PlayStation 4, and I have no regrets.
Sean, I
haven't-
need you to be the tiebreaker here. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm seeing a lot of witties.
gonna
like,
go
a
with
lot.
Whitney.
Okay, we're gonna go with Witty. Yeah, I told you to buy that game, and I saw it was like $15 for a digital,
Right, at the-
digitally
at-
distributed game recently.
At the time, it was on sale too, and so it was a great deal. And it's so good that even though I haven't played it in a year since I beat it, I still refuse to uninstall it from my PS4.
Did you play through the Left Behind stuff? Because I haven't done that.
Oh, you mean the
LA focused DLC.
Oh, there's an LA focused DLC.
Not LA, LE.
Oh, Ellie, yes. I played the
Okay.
DLC. That was good. It was a short little adventure that's a little prequel that gives you some insight onto her backstory. So that was nice.
Yeah, a friend of mine, my best friend, he told me that it is almost no combat, and it's all character development. And
Yeah, there's a little bit of combat, but not a lot. Most of it is exploring and character development and puzzles.
And I'm into that because I think that the non-combat portions of The Last of Us were much better than the combat portions.
Yeah, the combat was
And-
fun, but it wasn't why the game was great.
Right. And But the problem with why I didn't play that is because I had to play through it twice, essentially, because I played through half of it on PlayStation 3, and then I got it on PlayStation 4 and I go all the way back through it. And I was chipping away at it slowly, and it took me a while, and I didn't play Left Behind by any fault of the game itself, but because I was kind of done playing that, and I needed a break from that game.
Yeah.
So I need to go back and I need to play Left Behind.
It's good. It's also, I think it's almost more of a cinematic experience than the main game. But the main game has so many payoffs you can't get unless you play the main.
Right.
Like when the zoo scene is like amazing. It's like this payoff after going through so much.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So much hell that it's just like it's has this great impact. And so that was another beautifully pieced together game. There's no wonder people want to clamor for a sequel to it.
Right. So one thing I want to say, Hayden Panettiere is essentially the face of this game. Every time it's been shown off, it's been all Hayden Panettiere stuff. Her face on the inside of the cover art for the game, of the sleeve, it's big. It's that's it. But she is barely in this game for the first half at all, which kind of caught me by surprise. But she is also the biggest star, the most relevant star in this game. Peter Stormare is cool, but he's a character actor, and he's done a bunch of small roles, whereas Hayden Panettiere, she is genuinely a star or the star of this game. But she's not in it much, but the game is being hinged on her performance.
That's okay. It doesn't like the main a primary character like that or a star doesn't necessarily need to be the biggest role, just the most significant role.
Yeah. And you can totally kill her off if you screw things up.
Right. But like a subtle this is really better for tomorrow's stream, but I was talking about this with someone very recently. We were talking about how Obi-Wan Kenobi isn't a very big character in the original Star Wars trilogy. Like, he's not around a lot. He's very little screen time, but relative to how important he is.
He's super important to that game.
Right. So
to that movie.
Right. So
that story.
That story, yeah. So the fact that she's not appearing much doesn't necessarily mean she shouldn't be the star.
Right. That's a very good point to make.
Yeah. Well, there's the butterfly again. The back of the card.
Yeah, this game, it's not subtle at all in terms of the butterfly imagery.
Yeah, and I guess I can understand that. It's funny does that come up more, or is that just because that's the theme they want to use to illustrate your actions?
It's the theme they want to use to illustrate your actions, and it's something that comes up really heavily in the opening area, but then they dial it back a little bit. There are a couple of times where it is very obvious. The camera will linger on a certain spot. It's like, oh, okay, butterflies, we get it. But it comes back. It dials back a little bit, and the reason it does that is it plays into the story later on, and they want to make sure that you see something. Also, there's a pillow on this bed that looks like a sliced banana. I just noticed this pillow looks like a sliced banana. You'll see it in a second.
You go get some food.
I had tacos before I worked today, and they were really good.
I had the best burrito yesterday. We should have like burrito cast at some point.
I actually watched somebody do that on Periscope. They were like, somebody was describing what made a good burrito, and San Francisco people Bay Area people are burrito elitists.
What? California.
Burrito elitists. But also,
does look like a banana.
A California burrito, if you go to a certain place and you order a California burrito, it has French fries inside of it.
No burrito I've ever had in California has French fries inside of it.
Then I don't know what's going on. But
that is some concoction that you Michigan freaks came up.
No. I've only ever seen it in San Francisco. I was there for the first time with friends, and they're like, "Oh, we'll walk and go get some burritos."
That's fusion nonsense. That's a new trend that's taking food trucks by storm. No, they're like the taquerias around here. There's places that make legit, really amazing burritos. So of course we're snobs about it. It's like New Yorkers and pizza. They think that they're God's gift to Italian flatbread with cheese on it. It's
yeah.
Anyway, chatters, let's go over your chat some more. So, Lepi Catchu, Lepi Catchu. I don't know how to say your name.
IP Catchu.
IP Catch. Oh, I thought it was an L. is downloading this interactive movie right now because it's
Oh,
bad
wow.
censored. Bad censored. I'm assuming
It's
that's
probably
Sorry, so it's
probably a
A.
donkey.
yeah, probably a double money signs.
Yes.
Let's see. Mummy Morris isn't feeling it. He thinks it's too much like a movie. I can get that.
Yeah.
It's, Duke says it's cheaper to pay game characters than real actors. Maybe not in this game, because
I'm going to imagine that the highest paid characters or the highest paid actors were Hayden Panettiere and Peter Stormare, and then everybody else got second billing.
Right. You know, and then it's and it depends on like what kind of movie you're talking about. I mean, sometimes these avatars are very expensive probably to produce, like Duke says, and voice actors, you know, they get expensive. Like there were so many voice actors. Rainery U11 is saying like Star Wars: The Old Republic. That's like that fully voice acted, multiply massive MMO. Golly,
You just verbally typoed again.
I know. It's like, why am I part of this team, Tim? If I can't even get out the words, at least I'm not umming all over the place, right?
Right. We do have a choice right here, though.
what's the
Mocking
choice?
or flattering.
Mocking or flattering?
This is talking about Chris and Ashley. It's a relationship.
I would flatter if I was going to keep the relationship going on, but mocking is a lot more fun. We got flatter.
Two flatters, three.
Lots of flatters.
Wow.
Y'all are sweethearts.
Okay, we're going flatter. Like I'm going to take that as a representative sample.
Yes.
Five people from chat.
I wish they'd just
In a row.
Sorry, Flamelito. Mocking didn't work out.
Something to
Blame
bond
Lido.
over, you know, some sort of traumatic event.
Miss Captain Obvious. Norman Reedus would probably do a Silent Hill for free just to make it happen. I wish that was the case, Miss Captain Obvious. I really do. But that's not the case. That's happening. And the best we can do. Ellison Road is a game that is very much in the DNA of PT. And that game hit Kickstarter recently. And they said that if they get enough funding, they might bring it to PS4. So who knows?
I never got through the PT demo. It's a long demo.
Oh, I get to the point where the visuals all start going crazy and it's all very red in color, and you have to stop and you have to look through a hole in the side of the wall. But that game was incredibly stressful. And that's
Yeah, it
one
was.
thing-
I think that's why I stopped playing.
Yeah, and that's a key point that I want to make too. This game might not be as scary or have the atmosphere of something like PT or Outlast. We have a choice coming up: uneasy or reassuring.
Uneasy or reassuring?
It might not be as unrelentingly scary, but I played an hour and a half of Outlast and I said I can't go back. It's way too stressful. It's way too scary. But there is a lot of levity in this game to bring it back. There's a lot of character moments. The writing is really good. It's genuinely funny. I laughed out loud multiple times while I was playing this.
And see, that's important. Like PT, when I played it, it was just piling it on, and like, and I knew right away that's like, I like suspense and I like horror, but I don't like being stressed out.
Right. And this game is not super stressful. It's stressful in moments. And as you play through, you'll unlock different videos, making ofs, and what they did is when they were focus testing this game, they had people come in and play it, and they hooked them up to a bracelet that measured their biometrics. And that's how they figured out if their scares were working. They said, all right, we can't just leave them constantly stressed out all the time. Otherwise, they're not going to finish the game, and it's not going to be a good experience for them. So there are definite moments where you can feel where they're starting to amp up the scares. The scare happens, and then there's a moment of levity afterwards. Then you can laugh or you can feel relief.
That sounds like like a practical application of what would have been done with Nintendo's Vitality sensor if that came out.
Right. Update. Everybody in chat was saying reassuring, so I took that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was listening to you and
No,
not
it's okay. It's all
not
right.
doing my job. I did not do my job.
together.
Look, okay. We've got a certain person in chat keeps suggesting sexual things. You will get kicked if you keep that up, dude. So stop.
Yes. We don't put up with that. We're trying to make this as friendly and as good of an experience for everybody as possible. So
Yes.
please
That's your
be
one warning.
respectful and be
Yeah.
mindful.
Right. And that's not an option anyway.
Right. Also, spoilers will get you kicked out of chat immediately. We had to
Right.
take care of that earlier. So
Unfortunately, yeah. Let's see. That's the Joss mentality.
so there is a lot of So somebody says Joss Whedon mentality. There is some fourth wall scratching in this game. It's not. There are moments. There are specific lines of dialogue that suggest something like that's going to happen, where it'll turn into some kind of meta commentary, but it doesn't actually happen. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that it didn't, because then that would have cheapened this game a little bit. It would be like, oh, now it's trying to be an interactive cabin in the woods, but it doesn't do that, and I'm very glad that it doesn't.
If you get too tongue-in-cheek, it does take you really out of the element. There's that fine line between what's fun and what works narratively.
Right. All right. Serious or humorous?
Okay, serious or humorous? Serious or humorous? I can't spell that. Humorous. What I love about the motion capture is like her smile looked more genuine than any video game smile I'd ever seen.
The facial captures, they did the performance capture where they strapped an HD camera to people's heads while they were taking this game and doing the performance capture. And that's another thing, you can, as you play through, you will unlock the making ofs on this, and they're basically DVD making of or DVD special features. So
I went and dropped your face feature into chat because I think people really need to view that. They're just amazing looking. And the stills I saw the thing, I'm like, yeah, those look pretty good, but when you really see it in emotion, it really blows me away. We're getting a lot of humor. We got one humor, two serious, another humor.
Lots of humor, so I went
Lots of
for that.
humor. Yeah, let's go for humor. But yeah, it really blows me away when you see in the more cutscene based scenes when they really emote. You can see the actor's performance through the game, and that's phenomenal.
Yeah, this game, it breaks my heart that Sony did not do some huge marketing push for this. Like I said, that was why I chose the angle I did for my piece. Sony sent this game to die because they were afraid of the reaction that the Order 1886 got. I'm almost positive of that. Like,
that seems such a silly move though, because I mean the Order got its reaction not necessarily partially because it was overhyped, but just because that was the quality of the game. The quality of the game can speak for itself, but you still got to market it.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a whole thing. And this really, so I just got another game that we're going to be streaming. Oh crap! Oh shoot! I did that thing where I screwed up and I didn't realize this was a hold your controller still moment.
Uh-oh.
But there's another game that I got that we're going to be streaming, and I'm almost positive you know what it is. But Sony has had a handful of exclusives coming out this year. Let's say original disc-based exclusives. This and The Order are basically the two original exclusives that Sony has for this year for the PlayStation. The Order wasn't good. This one is, and they're not marketing it, and that's really, really, really troubling.
Right, like you were saying. I think Joseph went into our coworker Joseph went into Best Buy, and there was like only one copy on the shelf. Or was that you?
No, that was somebody on Twitter tweeted at me. His name is Brandon Krakowski Schnell, and he used to write for GameShark before GameShark shut down.
Oh, okay.
And we've been Twitter buddies for a while. And he said that he went to go to Best Buy, and he said, yeah, there was one copy of the game on the shelf. And Joseph said that he has heard that as well, where there are not many physical copies of this game out in the wild. Which
is a shame, because people like to collect that. I mean, it's great that there's such a strong PSN download service, so you can get it still. But, no, I mean, it's a shame. If that shows their lack of confidence that it's really not shipping out.
Yeah. So
again, we want to thank everyone who's been on this stream. It's been just a great couple hours so far, and having everyone participate has just, I think, knocked this up to a whole new level of hilarity and just pure panic and argument in the chat. I've loved every second of it.
Yeah, and we only have about 5 minutes left in the chat, so I want to say thanks to everybody that has jumped in, and if you haven't already hit the follow button underneath the player window, go ahead and do so right now. You'll be able to find out when we start streaming more. We're going to be streaming a lot more this fall because that's how fall games typically, fall works. And we've kind of gotten a lot of things sorted out, so we're going to be doing much more of this. So definitely get a hold of us. We're going to be here tomorrow with Disney Infinity, and then next week we have some stuff lined up, and you can see that on the Engadget Gaming homepage right now.
Which is engadget.com/gaming. Very easy access. You can also watch the streams right there on that page as well. So if you don't want to log into Twitch, or for some reason Twitch is blocked at work, but your work is silly enough that you can still watch embedded streams. Not that I'm saying you should slack off at work. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't get fired. We don't want you getting fired.
Yeah, don't get fired. But
All right, we have one last decision: protest or prank.
protest or prank? I think we should go out on a prank.
I know how both of these play out, and I know what one I hope happens.
I think prank.
Okay,
Prank,
oh
prank.
good.
They're all saying prank.
This is gonna be a good way to end the stream.
Yeah. I want to go out on a prank. Azer, I can't say your name, but one of our readers or watchers says he works at Best Buy, and it's not just Sony, but you can always ask a blue shirt to order it for you if you really need a physical copy.
Oh, okay. Now we have another choice: gloat or insist.
Gloat or insists. Insist sounds sort of awful. Let's gloat. I would rather gloat. Fun.
I mean, I'm just gonna give you guys I'm gonna maybe spoil a little bit for you. It'll be better if you insist.
Oh yeah.
Yes. All right. We are getting a lot of insists, so we're gonna go to insist.
Josh.
Yeah, this is really. Oh wow! Look at all that. Everybody's saying insist. You guys are on.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is what the right side of history looks like, everybody.
The right side of. Watch it. Dangerous words, son.
What? No.
Oh.
Where'd you get the first point?
Doesn't start at 30?
No. 50.
Yes. So yeah, thanks everybody that's tuned in. We're gonna go a few minutes over here just so
Just
you
let
guys
this
can
play
get
out.
some of this. Yeah, this plays out really well.
Oh man, this is like this kind of messed up.
Just a little bit.
Weirdly regular.
Nothing regular about it.
So about how much?
Concerned or heroic?
Oh man, we got too many.
This is a really good scene though.
How much further does the game go after this? Because we obviously haven't gotten back to the high tense.
Yeah, this is.
act.
It takes a while. Yeah, the opening act is working to build the mystery, and it's about between chapters 5 and 7 is where it hits its climax, and then the rest is falling action. And the falling action, it does okay, but it can't match the mystery of the first 2 acts.
Heroic,
Chapter 5 is where crap gets real.
Looks like it's heroic, by the way.
All right, heroic is where we're going.
So it's good to hear it comes back after that dip, which is always sort of hard to do.
Right.
Yeah, horror movies. And I'm a horror fan. I like good horror, and horror movies always have a hard time once you reveal the monster or the big kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? Whoa!
The adversary.
Yeah, once you reveal the adversary, it is really hard to come back from that because you know what's going to happen. You know you know what the big bad thing is, and once you know what it is, it's no longer scary. And
Like
this
that.
does a really good job of, after the reveal of what the big bad is, of bringing it back in so then there's still something unknown. And that's where I'm going to leave. I'm not going to go any further into that description. But if you do have problems with gore, this game is going to screw with you quite a bit. There is some very gory things in this game later on.
Why would you
So
That's rough for a lot of people I know. Actually, I have a hard time sometimes with that.
Yeah, and I know Joseph especially, and I told him while I was playing through, I was like, this game is really cool, and I was telling him about it, he goes, I think I'm gonna buy it. I was like, Joseph, no, there are sections that you are not going to like in this game. And he bought it anyways, so he's going to have to deal with that. I can see it right now. He's going to have his forearm over his eyes, and he'll just hit buttons.
Yeah. That's what my wife does too. It's just it's. We watch Game of Thrones, and I have to watch the torture scenes, so she'll know when they're over.
Oh yeah.
But man, so this guy, what a dick. This squirrel shooter guy.
Please tell me you're gonna.
So far, I hate everything about him.
He's a good dude. I like him.
No, he scares with hockey masks. He wears ugly robes. He shoots squirrels. All right.
Also, we're going to go into another horror trope, and we're going to go into a Ouija board seance.
Spooking for one
No
night,
way.
okay? I see a
Yup.
hot bath in my crystal ball.
Okay.
So
Hayden Panettiere, she goes, #nope, I'm out.
We're just about at the end. So do you want to keep going to the Ouija board, or are we gonna let the?
No, I think what we're going to do is we're going to let it end here in this sequence right here, with Peter Stormare is back. This is a good sequence to end it on. One thing that's really interesting is how this changes between chapters. This section constantly just changes, and I'm not going to spoil why, but
Just tell me one thing about the Ouija board interaction. Is it motion controlled? Do you
it's
use
not.
It?
It's
That
not,
should be,
surprisingly.
really?
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah, it's
perfect.
really weird. Oh god. Oh, so remember how we kept saying that needles were terrifying?
Mm-hmm.
And also spiders?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just leave this here for a second. You guys can check out what's going on this desk.
Oh.
This is an example of this game actively taking your decisions to
man.
screw with you.
That's
Yup.
not okay.
No.
This guy is a dick.
Uh-huh. There's also an animal that's just nailed to a board on the desk.
Is it a rabbit?
I don't know what it is.
I think it's a dead cat.
I do know that on my first playthrough, instead of a tarantula through there was a cobra.
Ah.
So this is using those survey questions to actively screw with you.
And I'm sure they pop up in other elements of the game. Oh, it's moving.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Yup. So,
All right. Well, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. I don't want to look at the spider anymore.
so I'll see if I can get... Oh, one last question. Yes, I do, or no, I don't?
Decide, chatters.
Oh,
they're saying yes. I don't know what they're saying yes to.
Yes, no.
No.
Oh, chatters, what happened?
You gotta decide. I yes, I guess. I'm going with yes.
Yodel, I don't think this does. This team has made nothing but PlayStation games. Okay, we have yes. Retzillosaurus says the spider's way too big, and I agree. We have no. We are dead even on yes and no's. Here we go.
I'm a yeser.
Here's a yes. Okay, everybody's saying yes, so yes, I do.
Do you know what's gonna happen? Is that why you're making us do this?
No. So this is where it comes in that weird meta commentary where it's scratching against the fourth wall a little bit, and it's a really cool mystery in figuring out how this pays off and what goes on. But yes, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. Maybe we will revisit this game come time for our Halloween horror stream that we had planned out. So I want to say thank you again to everybody that's tuned in. You can follow myself on Twitter at it's the same as my Twitch handle, which is at Tim Seppala.
And you can find me at Seanicus. That's SEANICCUS, double C's. It's like Spartacus, but for Sean's.
And yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in. We hope you come back tomorrow when we will be streaming Disney Infinity for a couple hours. And yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. It was awesome seeing new faces. If you liked what we did, hit the follow button underneath the video window, and we will see you later. Thank you everybody.
Cheers.
So I guess we have to leave this going, otherwise it'll screw up with the stream and it'll cut off immediately.
Yeah, we should wait a minute or two.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll toss up this thing here. There we go.
Have you muted us or something?
I have not muted us. I tossed up the JXE logo.
Oh well, this is the JXE logo post chat. How are you,
Post chat. I'm doing well. I never thought I'd be the type of guy that said that would be kind of a tool about are you doing good or are you doing well? And now I'm saying, oh, I'm doing well because it's grammatically correct. I never thought that would be me.
Once someone shows you the Superman illustration for that, you're just kind of like, oh.
Well, that's also, you don't know, you haven't watched 30 Rock, but it's also a thing from 30 Rock because Tracy Jordan says it on that show.
I learned it from Weird Al.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
From Word Crimes, the music video.
Oh, well, he got that from 30 Rock.
I've heard it from other places besides 30 Rock before, but maybe they're all filtered from 30 Rock.
Oh, they were all probably.
Joseph, yeah, we know you can still hear us.
Okay. So, all right.
We're enough post-roll now.
All right. We're going to kill this stream, everybody. We will see you back here, same time, same channel for Disney Infinity on Engadget Playdate. Have an awesome